All right.
Lisa G?
Lisa G. You know Lisa G.
Yeah, I was just, you were just saying Lisa. Sometimes we...
Lisa Glassberg takes shits at work.
All right, Lisa. New outfit for Lisa today.
I love this outfit. I complimented her.
All
on
black.
it.
I think black's your color. Ooh.
Leather. Fall.
Temptress. Lisa, what do you have for us from the Howard 100 News?
Big news. Howard 100 News has learned that Gary Dell'Abate has been booked to appear on The Late Show with David Letterman on October 25th.
Wow.
Fafa Fooey? I know he's doing Jimmy Kimmel. You sure you got that right? He's doing Letterman as well?
Yep, he's doing Jimmy Kimmel and Good Day L.A. Bi-Coastal promotional tour.
And Letterman.
Yes.
Fafa
He's
Fooey?
everywhere.
Is he an audience member or is he going to sit with Dave?
He's on the stage.
Oh, my God. Fafa Fooey.
Yeah, it's a big booking, man. It's huge.
Blah, blah, blue, blee. What are you going to talk? I still can't believe this motherfucker wrote a book about himself. I mean, that's the ultimate chutzpah. You know what Dave's going to say? He's going to go, ladies and gentlemen, here's a guy who nobody cares about who's written a book about himself. I mean, my God.
Everybody cares about Fafa.
He's my producer.
I thought, Howard, I thought
It's unbelievable.
that maybe I could get on Letterman by, as some sort of side gag or reading a list or something. When they said they booked me as a guest, I was shocked.
What is he going to talk to you about?
I have no idea, but I spent the whole weekend thinking about what he might talk to me about, and I didn't come up with anything. I guess they'll look through the book and ask me about some stuff.
You going to wear your beaver outfit?
No.
That's the way to go.
I think, you know what I think is going to happen? I got Letterman all figured out. He's going to get Gary out there, and then he's going to bring these guys out with straitjackets. They're going to cart him right off to Creedmoor.
He's going to go away?
He's going to say, I'm having you committed live because you wrote a book about yourself.
Oh, he's arresting Gary.
What do you think? You think Rob Burnett's writing a book about himself?
How about just, hey, Gary, congratulations.
Wow, Gary on Letterman. I can't wait for this.
Gary doesn't have any funny stories? Come
Hello,
on,
Dave.
there must be something in the book. You've told us he worked at a record store.
Well, yes. Dave, let me tell you a humorous story from my book. Before I worked for Howard, I worked at a record store. It's called Record World. I don't know if you remember that store, Dave. You grew up in Indianapolis.
Remember records?
One thing, Gary's not short on his words.
Dave, then there was a time where my father, I don't know if you know this, but my father's nickname was Sally Foo. Now, Sally Foo could have been in the mafia, but instead he drove an ice cream truck. So there you go.
Well, don't blow all your stories because you got to save some for Kimmel. When are you doing first, Kimmel or Letterman?
Letterman's October 25th. Kimmel's November 11th.
Okay. Well, Jimmy needs a few stories too,
I'll have plenty of stories for Jimmy.
All right.
Jimmy's like sitting around talking to a friend, because I know him. Dave, I don't know what to talk to about.
Well, you said some things from your book.
Like I can remember a few
You've
things.
had some run-ins with Dave, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I have a story, actually. I don't want to tell here, but I do have a story.
I don't want to ruin it for here, Robin. I'm going to save it for Letterman.
Oh, well, you said that. Listen.
I'm trying to save it.
I have stories for later,
But I do recall some run-ins,
Yeah, I had
especially
a
over
couple of
guests and stuff.
Are you going to tell Dave when you fell asleep in the office?
Yeah, I'm going to tell him that.
Here's a funny story, Dave. I was in the middle of producing the show, and I got very tired, and I fell asleep at my desk.
You know what you ought to tell him? The part of your book where you talk about how you you ended up at Adelphi, but you could have gone to Texas.
You see, Dave, I was smart enough to go to college in Texas, but I went to Adelphi instead.
And why was that again that you went to Adelphi? I forget.
None of your business.
No, really, because I want to make sure you get it all in.
I got it. Don't worry.
You see, they'll cut to the audience. Will be like this.
And then, Dave, by the way, did I tell you the time my mother yelled at me?
I'm trying to, you know what? I read the book and I'm trying to think what the fuck he could talk about, and I'm not even sure.
Maybe he'll talk to Dave about things that aren't in the book.
Dave, did I ever tell you about when I met my wife, Mary?
No, tell us about that, Gary.
Well, you see, I had been dating a girl named Nancy.
Yes.
And Nancy, she did not want me anymore. So I was not ready for commitment.
The C word.
The C word. The C word. The C.
I think I could get married.
So I was dating Nancy. Then Howard made fun of me when Nancy broke up with me. And then I was upset. So I made a tape. And then they played the tape on the show. but I didn't give them the tape. They paid me $25,000.
Let me teach you buoy math.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good story, Dave. You see, my personal life was at a 2, and my professional life was at a 9.
You know all about that.
No, what I'm talking about, the part where he says, you gained a lover and a friend.
Oh,
I lost a
Dave,
lover,
now you recently
but I
had,
gained a Pomeranian.
Dave, you recently had a sexual escapade. You gained a lover. No, excuse me, Dave. You lost a lover.
You lost your mind.
Gary, what was the math again? You could tell Dave.
Hold on a second. I got to think about it.
What was the buoy math? You lost a lover and you lost a friend, but she gained a lover and gained a friend.
I gained a lover, but maybe a couple of them, but no friends.
And then I gained some weight.
I don't remember. I totally don't remember. How sad is that? They all sound correct.
Well, you could do math for Dave. Because Dave had...
He could bring out a blackboard and I could show him.
Dave, you lost several interns, but you got your wife back.
Now, you almost lost your fortune to a blackmailer.
But you gained a son.
Harry.
I don't know, Dave. I've run out of things to talk about. Did I tell you about the time... Dave, do you know who Roz Frank is? No, I don't, Gary. Roz Frank was the traffic reporter. I worked for the traffic reporter at NBC. You see, Dave, I would sit on the ground and feed the traffic to Roz Frank, and she was very mean to me. Fascinating. What else about that? That's it. That's all. My boss then became Howard Stern.
And he made me, first Fred made me dress up in a suit.
Yeah, could tell that story. Gee, Dave, if I was a woman, maybe you would fuck me on your couch, because this is going nowhere.
I tried to get an internship on your show.
I did try, but you did not want me because I'm not hot.
I had the wrong equipment.
Dave, if I had a vagina, I would be with you.
I
Well,
might
that's
be
great.
your head writer now.
And first I was Boy Gary.
That's right. They don't call me that anymore. Now they call me Baba Booey, which brings us to the title of my book.
I have matured.
Gee, this is a great interview, isn't it, Dave? How's it going?
I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it myself.
Yeah, the best part is Dave hasn't spoken yet.
3 whole minutes of an interview, and you're ready to... they cut my segment out, boy.
I know you may be the king of late night, but you can sit back now.
Please, Dave, did I tell you about the time I booked Madonna's sister on the show? No, I didn't know about that. Well, you see, Madonna's sister called in, and I had her, and I put her right through to Howard. It turned out it was not Madonna's sister.
In all fairness, I didn't put her right through to you. I wrote her in live.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Howard, Wolf, I got Madonna's sister. Great, bring her right in. I'd love to talk to her. Turns out Madonna never had a sister.
Oh, good news. I booked Liberace's wife.
Wow. Well, I can't wait. Congratulations, Gary.
Thank you.
I couldn't wait to see you on Kimmel, but now I really can't wait to see you on Letterman. I mean, 2 back-to-back high-profile appearances. When is the 60 Minutes piece?
They have not called yet.
They haven't called.
I'm working on CBS Sunday Morning, though. That's when I'm trying to book.
They call me Baba Booey. My new hit book. I'm happy for him. He's working hard on his
He's
book.
worked with one of the most fascinating men in show business.
Fred Norris.
For 20-something years. Of course he has stories.
I haven't been this excited since Ed McMahon wrote his biography. I first said hi-oh back in 1962.
But I didn't make it part of my lexicon until 1968.
Johnny turned to me one day and said, "Why are you saying hi-oh?" And I said, "Why not?"
What does that mean?
It means nothing, Johnny. I have nothing to say.
It's a declaration of excitement.
It's
Hi-yo.
not a real word.
Right. Have you given any thought to your appearance? Are you nervous about it?
Yeah.
What are you going to wear? Are you going to wear that Adidas shirt or that Sirius shirt?
Oh, your Jets outfit.
Wear your Jets outfit.
I'm wearing my Atlantic T-shirt.
Gary dresses every day like he's he's Mark Sanchez. He's got Jets T-shirt, Jets jacket.
Jets everything.
Somebody go along. I'm throwing a pass.
You know, you should wear a whole football uniform.
Say, hey, Dave.
With the helmet.
Yeah. Look, I love the Jets. Fascinating. Wow. This is a big booking. I'm surprised they're having you on, quite frankly.
I am too. It's big for me not only to be on the show, but it helps you get booked other places because they go, well, Letterman's having him on, and then people go, oh, if Letterman's having him on, there must be a reason.
Right. It's just he's insane.
Well, let's find out why Letterman had him on.
Funny if
Look at my booking.
Wouldn't that be funny if they found out Letterman went mentally ill?
And then everybody followed suit.
Right. Well, we haven't been this excited about a book since the Ed McMahon book. So this is great. And you remember how good the Ed McMahon book was. It was fantastic. Gary, that's big news, Lisa.
Very big.
Wow, I can't believe you got that exclusive. Gary didn't mention it to me. I wonder why.
He wanted you to be surprised.
Right.
Gary, so you just announced that you're going on Letterman, and Howard doesn't really think you're going to have any interesting stories to tell. Is that the case, or are you?
Well, listen, I'm no Artie, I'm no stand-up comedian, I'm no Howard. I'm booked as a guest, and so they think I'm good enough for the show. But yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I don't think I'm going to be a complete disaster.
Do you think you'll have more to talk about with Dave because he's a fan of the show, he's a friend of the show?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest fear, and I almost thought about talking to Dave about this as I walk out. My biggest fear is that it's what they call a pity booking, and that Dave, I in my mind, I think like Dave that afternoon, like 4, is like, who's on today? And they tell him, and he goes, oh, why did I agree to that? Sometimes Howard does that. You have a guest go, oh, I didn't fucking agree that. We all go, you did. He goes, oh, what was I thinking? Like, I don't want to be that guest.
And do you think because since he's a friend of the show and he knows the show pretty well that he might go places like make fun of you, like doing the Baba Booey stuff?
Yeah, I figure he'll goof on me a little bit, but that's okay.
It's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun, as long as it's not vicious.
All right, Gary, good luck.
Thanks.
We should get this going right now.
Yes, okay.
All right. This is really going to be tough. Let's see if we can pull this off. All right. Which one is it? Impression contest 1 or 2?
1.
1? That's all. Every entry?
Yes.
Nothing to do with 2?
Nope.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Move to page 1
right.
that we need.
This is really hard. All right. I'll play you 5 at a time, and then we'll have some voting. Because I don't know. How else would you do this? Who wants to be a judge, like on America's Got Talent? You want to be a judge?
Sure.
I'll be a judge, of course. I have to be everything.
Of course, you have opinions, and they must be pronounced.
Fred, you want to be a judge?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. That's enough judges. 3 judges. That was easy. American Idol can't decide who the 3 judges should be. It's that simple. Boom, boom, boom. You. All right. I'm going to play you 5 entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just vote for your favorite.
Okay.
Hey, it's Bigfoot. Mark Jr. it is. I'm way up north, up in Vermont, up by Canada it is. You know where Vermont is? It's up by Canada, way here up north. Huh? You want me to come and take a shit on you? I'm gonna fuck you like a wild animal it is. Robin there? You want me to lick your angina, Robin? You want to watch me jack off? I'm at the Newport Hospital. I got diarrhea. I'm all bound up. Yep. I'm up in Vermont today. I'm going to fucking sue the state of Vermont. I'm suing the fucking hospital because they said I got gastritis. I'm farting and sitting all over the place. I said to the doctor, I'll tear your head off and sit down your neck. I've fucking got plenty of energy to take on the whole world it is. This kitty come over and I open the door. He sprayed me with mace it is. I'm Mark Jr. Yep.
All right. Now, that guy's name is Jason Tesoro, and I think he's terrific. Problem is, I think everyone's terrific. Now, that's a Bigfoot impression. So here's your second Bigfoot impression.
Oh, they're all Bigfoot impressions.
Well, I'm giving you choices.
Excellent.
You got to have to vote.
I like what you're doing here.
You're going to have to vote.
All right.
The voting lines are not open yet. Just like on American Idol.
That's right.
I'm going to open them up at the end. This next guy is Ariel Gonzalez, number 2. Ariel Gonzalez. He does Bigfoot.
Today is Sunday, August 24.
This is Bigfoot doing impersonation of me it is. Yeah, and I hope they do pick me for impersonation. They'll get $5.
Pretty good, huh?
That's pretty good.
That's Ariel Gonzalez. The third one is John D'Onofrio. And John does Bigfoot.
Want me to take a shit on you? I'm jacking off it. I got cum all over my hand.
All right, that's Johnny D'Onofrio. All right, here is a high-pitch Eric impression.
Wait a minute, this is a high-pitch Eric impression. We're off the Bigfoot.
There's 3 Bigfoots. See how hard it is? The first guy doesn't do the best impression, but he's got great material. The second guy, he was pretty good, but the third guy has the best vocal impression.
But it's very short.
Very short.
Not great content.
That's right. Who are you going to choose?
I know who I'm choosing.
Who did you choose?
I chose the first one.
Because he was funny.
Yeah. And it's a good impression.
I thought his impression was very, very serviceable.
Yeah.
Number 3 sounded a little bit like Bill Murray doing Bigfoot.
I don't know. I actually like number 3 better. But number 1 wins on material.
Right. But he's also, it's a good enough impression you wouldn't have to guess who it is, and the material is great.
Maybe we don't need the audience to vote. We could do this ourselves. All right, here's your 4th candidate. This is High Pitch Eric.
All right.
All right, so you've decided on the first guy is the...
If I had to choose just between Bigfoot.
All right.
Those 3 Bigfoots,
All right.
yes.
Hello. Hi, Gary. It's High Pitch. How's it going? So, I want to come in for the contest, okay? I can do, some of my favorite bits, like, hello, this is Kelly Clarkson. A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime. Or, hi, Daddy, aren't you proud of me? Spit in my face. Walk, walk, walk. Come on, I need the money, okay? I gotta buy more twat cream. Anyways, have me on the show, okay? It'll be real fun. I'll be really good.
Yep.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know. This is very hard. Greg Ciaffi. Ciaffi. How can you have the audience vote? They don't know what to fucking do either.
Well, they know what they like.
Well, maybe we can narrow it to like the top 10.
Right. They can vote on the last group.
All right. But everybody's good. All right. So, okay. Let's narrow it down for the audience. The first impression.
Well, are you going to play 5 or are you going to play 4? Make up your mind.
These are just very difficult because they're all really good. All right. And here's a guy doing High Pitch Mike from, back in the newsroom.
Hi, everybody. This here's High Pitch Mike checking in for this impersonation contest. I think I've got a pretty good grip on Mike Morales and his voice and his mannerisms. So, I just want to come in and say, Artie Lang's a homophobe, and I love George Takei and Madonna, and I'm really, really, really sad that Michael Jackson's gone.
All right. So, what do you...
All right.
All right. It's obvious. We like the first guy out of that 5.
Right.
So we don't need the audience.
Although
Not to narrow it down.
Although I will say, if you're going to put him in a category of high-pitched Mike impersonators, I thought he was the best.
Right.
Maybe none of those others made the final. We're just dealing with these 5.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going with Jason.
Oh, my God. All right. Jason's the first guy we put in the finals.
Jason's the first guy in the finals.
All right. Fuck, it'll take too long for the audience to vote. We'll just take care of it ourselves, and then we'll let the audience vote on the finals.
On the finals.
Right, Gary? That's the best way to do it.
Maybe not. Maybe we just vote on ourselves.
That's what we're doing.
I know, but even to finalists.
I don't know. We figure these things out as we go along. All right, I'll play you 5 more.
All right.
And you're going to have a hard time. Here we go. High Pitch Eric, as done by Josh Acrelian. I think that's how you say his name.
Hello? Shirley, you promised me you'd buy me a bucket of chicken. Where's my bucket of chicken? You promised me you'd buy me a bucket of chicken. Where is it? Shirley, you're a fucking Jew. I fucking hate you. Fuck you. Answer the phone! Where's my fucking chicken? I'm fucking hungry! Shirley, you fucking Jew. I'm gonna fucking break your fucking Jew nose. I'll fucking kill you. Don't try to send me a fucking fish. I hate fish!
Wow. Impressive, right?
That is so good.
All right, that's Josh Arakaliayan. That's number one, okay? Number two, Scotty Farrell, as done by Maury Kelly.
We're going to have him come down here, Lou, pour him 180s, Howard on a one, shake it, ooh. We're going to be talking about the fighting Phils, pulling back, Atlanta 2 games back. The Mets beat the crap out of them in the Bronx. Why doesn't anybody care about the White Sox that are in first place? They won 5 straight, but the Cubs are still the first story in Chicago and always will be. What is it like to be a Chicago White Sox fan and that Fagley Wrigleyville bandwagon fucking 100-year fans that have been suffering with that team forever? But why is it that they're the redheaded stepchild of baseball in Chicago? Can somebody explain that to me finally? Like, how do you lose as much as the White Sox did? And I mean, remember when they started the season?
It's very good.
It's a really good impression.
All right, prepare yourself to get even harder in the judging. Here's Chad Dillard doing John the Stutterer.
Oh, hi. Howard, I want to get in on this impression. I want to get in on this impression contest. Damn it, I called in last week, and Ralph said I couldn't do it. Ralph is an ugly, berry-faced, snaggletooth douchebag. Fuck you, Ralph. You're an ugly asshole. Ugly asshole. Ugly asshole. I want to have a beauty contest between Ralph and me, and we'll bring in people from men's magazines. We'll bring in people from men's magazines, Ralph. And in spite the fact that I am an ugly guy, I will still beat you. Fuck you, Ralph.
Oh, my God.
I will still beat you, asshole. Howard, arrange it. Ugly asshole. You berry-faced jerk-off. I'll box you. I want to box you, Ralph. I got great hair. I got rock star hair. You're all like all those Bible Belt jerk-offs I hate. You secretly part of the religious right, you fucking asshole.
Wow. Amazing, right?
Yes.
All right, that's Chad Dillard. All right, here's another John the Stutterer. And great, Keith Kearns.
I have rock star hair. You smelly, stupid, seminary dropout. I hope you die.
Great, right?
Oh, my
And
goodness.
finally, Crackhead Bob is done by Gerald Conway.
Hello, Crackhead Bob.
Well, time to vote. I know who I'm voting for.
I'm voting for number 3, Chad Dillard.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, Chad Dillard by
Chad
far.
wins, right?
But,
He's a master.
That high pitch Eric was really good, though.
It was.
It was good, but he kind of lost the impression in places. That's why I got to give it to Chad.
Right.
Yeah. High pitch Eric, though, very strong. You see, this is the problem. There's a lot of people who could compete. We got to narrow it down to 5. That's the problem.
So now we've got 2 in the finals.
All right, so we've got so far Jason
Sorrow.
Tosorio?
Tesoro. Tesoro. Yeah. All right.
And Chad Dillard.
And Chad Dillard in the top 5. All right, here you go. Now, another 5 contestants. This
All
is
right.
Pete the Asian Virgin, as done by Christopher Infante.
Hello, this is Asian P. I want to come to the show and look at some pussy and see on the show. Yes. Hello. This is Agent P.
All right, Pete the Asian Virgin.
Okay.
All right, this is Ham Hands Bill, done by Ted Stanley.
Howard, 30 years ago, I taped one of many sweet nights with my young, sweet Ralph. On my tape, you will find out why he likes Comic-Con, why he likes doing your hair, and why he likes it bent over the sink in the third input.
All right. And this is Mark the Bagger from Kevin Ottinger.
Hey, what's up, dude? It's Mark the Bagger. The other day I was fucking a girl, and I got my dick stuck in her tailpipe. So I called the mechanic and asked him if he could get my dick out of her tailpipe, and he said he could. He was just going to spit on it and make me pull it out. I need some cash, man. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Number 4 is Richard's dad. And this is Box Brown.
Hey, Rich, this is your dad calling. Just want to let you know that Shithead died. Must have got out into the road. He got run over. Well, guess we'll have to dig another grave in this chicken cemetery out there. We'll talk to you later.
Right? And then finally in this category, the woman who sent in 3 different entries. That would be... that. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
What?
That's not Rachel.
Oh.
This is Andrew Pisano doing Marianne from Brooklyn. He did not send in 3 different entries.
Okay.
All right, this is Andrew Pisano.
Artie! Artie! What are you doing, Artie? You're throwing your life away! Howard! Howard, I love you! All I need is Howard in my life! I love you, Howard! Thank you for letting me do the radio show! It was so much fun! All 10 listeners loved it! It was amazing! Robin! I went to your last charity gig! It was great! I loved it so much! Fred, you were so talented! You're the most underrated person on the show! Oh my God!
All right, there you go.
All right.
Andrew Pisano. So you got 5 contestants there.
Let's see. What
That's a tough one, right?
That was a tougher one.
That's a tougher one. I'm not crazy about Pete the Asian Virgin, Ham Hands Bill. I'm
going with Mark the Bagger.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I like Mark the Bagger. It came down for Richard's dad, which I thought was awfully creative.
Yeah.
But Mark the Bagger. Fred, you got any
I was going to say Marianne, but I could very easily be swayed to Mark the Bagger.
Yeah.
Not a problem with that.
I thought Mark the Bagger did it for me. Are we all agreed? Mark
Yes.
the Bagger?
Mark the Bagger.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, go fuck yourself. Mark the Bagger, it's in. And that is our friend Kevin Ottinger. I'm going to write his name down as a finalist. We've got to get 2 more finalists. Okay, here we go. And now, America has not voted. Here's Eric Jones doing Marianne from Brooklyn.
Hi, Howie. Just wanted to let you know that no matter what happens or where you go, we'll follow you. Hey, Howie, did you get that present I sent you? The book filled with pubic hairs I collected from all your fans? I want another show, Howard. Can you talk to Tim for me? I saw Beth on The View yesterday. She looked so beautiful, but all the other women were cunts. I bet Jarek is doing such a good job, Howard.
He's terrific.
Hang up, Howard. I love you, Howard. All I need is Howard in my life.
Eric Jones, nice job. Wow. And by the way, the staff impression contest, these people are vying for $5,000 provided by our dear friends at Identity Guard. So that's contestant number 1, Eric Jones. Pretty good, right? All right. Here's contestant number 2, Aniel Hernandez doing Gary the Retard.
Hello. Shoo, retarded flu. I want to talk to Richard. I want 4 bagels. You don't sell bagels. You do. I saw it on the internet. Why you hang up on me? I smoke Marlboros. Hello. This is Gary from Albany.
It's a tough category already, right, between those two.
Yeah.
I'm going to narrow this next category down to 3, so I'm only going to give you 3 contestants on this one, all right?
Okay.
All right, this guy's doing Beetlejuice. It's Tony Wiley.
It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. I'm Beetlejuice, dude. I come over there and I kick your ass, dude. Don't even fuck with me, man. How about I weigh 295 pounds, dude? I'm 7 foot tall, dude. Don't even fuck with me, man. I'm Beetlejuice, dude. No, man, that doesn't even matter, dude. You know that.
To me, this out of 3 is the toughest category of all.
It is a tough one.
Yeah,
but I
because
have a pick.
go ahead because Marianne from Brooklyn was good. Gary the retard, incredible. Beetlejuice.
That's what it is. It's Gary the retard.
You like Gary the retard?
That's the best impression with the best material.
What about Beetlejuice?
I like
Beetlejuice is good, but it's not quite
all right.
on.
I liked Eric Jones.
Which one, Marianne?
The Marianne. That's
Marianne.
the best Marianne.
See, the problem I had with the Gary the retard is he would say Richard, and Gary the retard goes Mitchard.
Wow.
I'm nitpicking, but if you're going to go for a good impression.
So, Howard, who do you pick?
So, in other words, you've all voted one for each one. So I
Right.
the
You're the
deciding vote.
tiebreaker.
Yeah,
Good.
we're all over the board.
I like pressure. This is why they wanted me on these shows. I'm not going to crack. The winner is the person I've decided to go through to the semifinals. The one who will be going through is
The one who will be vying for $5,000 is.
That's right. The one. Let's just go on for 2 days. I'm having trouble between Gary the retard and Beetlejuice. I've eliminated Marianne. Gary the retard.
All right. We have a winner, a person
name
moving
is,
on to the final round.
Aniel Hernandez. All of America's rejoicing.
Well, Aniel does.
I mean, Gary the retard. No, he went like that. I mean, the impression is insane.
He definitely has the hello
very tough
perfect.
thing to do, Gary the retard.
But Tony's,
and so is Beetlejuice.
But Tony's Beetlejuice was amazing.
It doesn't matter, dude.
That's
doesn't matter. I'm Beetlejuice, dude.
I'm so close to taking away Mark the Bagger and giving it to Beetlejuice.
But he's in a different, like, we're not comparing those
I know,
two.
but, well, we have to pick 5, so we could switch. We could swap.
Well, all right, how about this? Let's now take Mark the Bagger and play him again and play the Beetlejuice guy.
All right, good. All right, let's decide, because I want the 5 best.
Right.
All right.
So let's put them up against each other.
All right, Kevin Ottinger going up against... This is how judges work, by the way. We let you see the process on the air. We don't hide anything. You know, on American Idol, all of a sudden the judges just come to some decision?
Right.
We don't do that.
We show you our work.
All right, here's Mark the Bagger.
Hey, what's up, dude? It's Mark the Bagger. The other day I was fucking a girl, and I got my dick stuck in her tailpipe. So I called the mechanic and asked him if he could get my dick out of her tailpipe, and he said he could. He was just going to spit on it and make me pull it out. I need some cash, man. Thanks. Bye.
Well, that is
All
good.
right, that's really
That
good.
is really strong.
Now let's hear Beetlejuice.
It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. I'm Beetlejuice, dude. I come over there and I kick your ass, dude. Don't even fuck with me, man. How about I weigh 295 pounds, dude? I'm 7 foot tall, dude. Don't even fuck with me, man. I'm Beetlejuice, dude. No, man, that doesn't even matter, dude. You know that.
I think I'm going to stick with Mark the Bagger.
I agree.
Yeah, I think Mark the Bagger holds up.
They're close, but I got to stick with Mark the Bagger.
Fred, you stick with Mark the Bagger?
I agree with you on it.
All right, good. All right, so far we're on target. We have 4. Now, out of this next group, you got to pick a winner, and then we'll have our 5 semifinalists. Here we go.
This is the last group.
This is a terrific impression from Sean Burns doing Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes. Oh, my God. This is for George Takei. This is a joke my mother once told me as a child. How does a homosexual have sex with a woman? He fills her cunt with shit. Oh!
All right. Here is Gilbert Gottfried as done by Steve Curcio.
My name is Steve Curcio, but I'm talking today as Gilbert Gottfried. Oh, my God! What are you, a homo? Oh! They had a flood in Pakistan recently. I just want to say, it's the first time those smelly bastards had a bath in a very long time. A guy calls up his boss and says, I can't make it into work today, I'm too sick. The boss says, how sick are you? He says, I'm fucking my daughter. Is that sick enough for you? How did they know that Princess Diana had dandruff? They found Head and Shoulders in the back seat of the car. Oh!
All right, you got that one?
Right.
And now our third contestant and final contestant sent in 3 entries. I don't care which one you judge her on. You can judge her on any one of these 3. I think they're all equally strong. You decide which one you'd want her to do if you pick her as a winner. She did Underdog Lady.
Hello. Today is September 4th, 2010. I had my surgery last week, and everything went very well, but now it seems my asshole is falling out. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I can tell you that my feces looks very odd. It's got pictures of people in it. I'm seeing visions in my shit, and the doctors don't know what they're going to do about that, so the prognosis is a little bit complicated right now.
That's Rachel Butera.
Okay.
And Rachel also does Tracy and Little Lupe, Little Lupe. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That isn't Tracy. Here, this is I'm messing this up. Forgive me in my excitement. Rachel Butera does Underdog Lady, and she does Tracy. Here you go.
Howard, you know I love you. You're not a piece of shit. But who the fuck do you think you are, putting me on the air and making me look like a raving bitch? You're nothing but a fucking douche. Fuck you with your OCD and inability to socialize. Don't you dare make me out to look like the bad guy when you're the fucking one who orchestrated the whole fight between that asshole Grillo and me.
So that's her Tracy, and this is her doing Little Lupe.
Okay.
Hola, baby, ¿cómo estás?
You what?
Hi, baby, how are you?
Who the hell is this?
I am Lupe Fuentes.
Let me turn my TV down. I can barely hear you.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, what the fuck is this, you know? Do you have a big penis?
Peanut?
I love penis.
No, I don't have no peanut.
Penis is my favorite. You like big boobs?
Yeah, I like big boobs.
You have a big penis?
Yeah, I got a big penis.
Wow.
You like big penises?
Woo! I love cock.
You want to show me your pussy?
Yes.
That's nice of you.
I love pussy.
No, you don't even know what it looks like.
I love penis.
Now here's the.
Like big cock?
You have a big penis?
All right, here is the tough part.
All right.
All right.
What's the tough part?
You've got 2 Gilberts.
Yes.
And you've got Rachel Butera. You can only pick one of her impressions. You can't
Right.
vote for all 3.
Right.
So you're actually picking the one that she's going to enter into the competition if she gets into the final.
Right.
All right, for my money, I love the Gilberts, but I love Rachel Butera more.
I love Little Lupe.
You love does everyone agree that Rachel Butera is a finalist? But now we have
the hard part is going to be because I like
which one?
See, I like the Underdog better. I'm with Fred
because
it's got content.
She had great material for Underdog Woman.
She did,
and she
but
carried
her
it.
Lupe impression is better.
It's better, but it's also broken up by the Bigfoot clip,
Right.
so it's a little misleading.
I was trying to weigh whether her Tracy Millman is good,
that
but
comes in
not
third.
as good content-wise.
All right, so we're going to let her compete as Underdog Lady?
Or
I could go with that or Lupe.
See, I like Underdog Woman. But
One
Lupe's
vote Underdog
amazing.
Woman, Gary. Robin, go ahead.
See, I want to vote Lupe.
All right, Robin votes Lupe. Fred?
I don't think she's going to lose either way. I'm going to go with Underdog, though.
That's 2. That leaves me. I could either tie it up
or just make the overall decision.
And we got to talk to Benji.
I'm not talking to Benji.
He'll go with Tracy Millman.
You want to know something? I love all 3 equally. That's really a cop-out in a sense, but I've got to make a decision here. I do love her Tracy Millman. I think that's a difficult voice to do.
It is.
It's so unique to even think to do her. Lupe
But
is dead on.
I'm looking at her best possible entry against the other impressions.
And I think Lupe is the strongest, so that's 2-2.
But her underdog captures every nuance that is underdog woman.
Not quite.
I disagree.
Not quite.
The Lupe is more of a cartoon. Underdog is an actual
But she
person.
does it perfectly. She
I would say the same thing for underdog.
Even says who's like, you mean, because Lupe doesn't really hit the B and boob. She got that.
I still stick with underdog.
I'm sorry. I think the Lupe is a home run. It's really funny, and it's really great.
Well, it's tied 2-2. Robin and I say Lupe. Fred says underdog, and so does Gary.
Who would you have break the tie?
Who do you think should do the tiebreaker?
You could have Ronnie. You could have John Hine. He's sort of level.
Ronnie would be funny to hear his tiebreaker.
Yeah. Ronnie's going to go with Lupe because he likes anybody who shows tits.
Who do you think is the one person on this show who should be the tiebreaker?
I think John Hine would probably be the best.
Yeah, everyone seems to think John's sane.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
just, I mean, he has some judgment.
All right, John Hine, we'll let you be the tiebreaker. Robin and I say Lupe. Gary and Fred say underdog woman. We all agree it's Rachel Butera. Which impression should compete? John Hine, you have the deciding vote. John Hine is ready to speak.
They're both great impressions.
Make sure you pause before you give your answer, the final answer. Go ahead.
I see why Howard and Robin would like Lupe. I also understand why Gary and Fred would like Underdog Lady. Man, it's tough. But if I have to choose one...
This is good.
It would have to be...
Who would it be?
Underdog Lady.
All right, Underdog Lady. All right, so she will compete as Underdog Lady.
Okay.
All right, Robin. That was good.
Oh,
All of these were tough decisions. They
Yeah.
were really good entries.
I want to give honorable mention to Marianne from Brooklyn's entry. Did you hear hers?
No.
What did we
she
do with that
imitate?
one? Do we have that anywhere? It's the greatest impression you ever heard.
Hold on, Jason will put it up right now.
Yeah, you have to
She
hear it.
had an impression of someone?
Yeah, this I loved. Jason, put up Marianne from Brooklyn's entry. I even forget
She
who she
always
did.
enters everything.
She enters every contest, no matter what. And she chose to do an impression of... Can you guys throw that up fast? Put it on Impression Contest 1 in the lower right-hand corner. Maybe not. I think they're paralyzed out there.
Gary went out to rouse the troops.
Yeah, will be.
Oh, it's going to take like 10 more seconds.
Okay. Yeah, will be.
Hey, Howard, what's going on? This, I thought this was supposed to be the staff impression contest.
Nah, somehow everybody got into this whole
A whack pack thing.
Yeah, that's
whack pack, but they're kind
Some
of our
of the
staff.
whack pack. have,
Anyone
know,
who's on the show is fine.
Yeah, Tracy
I mean,
is
they're
a
good, but
staff member.
now you're just going to have the whack pack saying that you owe them money.
Yeah.
Because you got to pay them like this.
We make up the rules as we go along. No, but it's a broad stroke. Let's put it this way. Maybe it's a better title to say not staff impressions, but show impression. But
yeah.
Well,
we consider these people part of our staff.
I hear you.
All right.
Well, do what you do. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right, Wilby. Right. Benji. There were a couple of Eric the Midgets, but none of them made it into the finals.
Yeah, I couldn't believe there was one. I know there was at least one Riley that I thought might make the finals.
Well, this was Marianne from Brooklyn's entry. Listen to this.
Don't. Hold on a second. We don't think that's the right one.
Yeah, it isn't. My staff confused. Yes, Danny.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. John Hine's crazy, man. Little Lupe was a home run.
Yeah, so I thought so too. Instead
I
of Robin.
thought so too. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm freaking out here, man. I
Well,
mean,
they're both good. I mean,
He might have cost her the contest.
that's right.
yeah, her underdog lady was pretty damn dead on too. But
Yeah.
little Lupe, man, I thought it was her.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
better than little chick. Hey, Howard.
our 5 semifinalists are Jason Tetsuro, Chad Diller, Kevin Ottinger, and Aniel Hernandez. These names, I tell you, could people simplify their names when they enter?
Get the Marianne's up, Howard.
Yeah, here's Marianne from Brooklyn's entry. I thought this was a stunning impression. She did my mother, Ray Stern.
Really?
Let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Howard Stern's mother, Ray Stern, and I'm here to do a show for Howard, and I am delighted.
How is that? Isn't that terrific? I thought she should have won the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Very, very impressive. Nice job, Marianne.
Howard, you can't say I didn't try.
It's weird. I felt like I was talking to my mother when you did that.
If you had said it was Ray Stern doing Marianne from Brooklyn, then you might have had a
Then it would have been genius.
You would have played a little more. It gets better, Howard. You just
No,
didn't
that's all
play
I could
enough.
take. That's all I could take.
Howard, that guy who did me, I thought was awesome, and I can't even win a contest when somebody else does me. I mean, I'm like in a deep depression again today. I thought that guy was going to the top 5.
Yeah, the guy who does you, his name is Andrew Pisano. He was terrific. But
I absolutely loved it, Howard.
he was good.
I love you so much, Howard. You have no idea. Can I say something?
Yes.
I saw your face when you were talking to Benji, and you looked very, very upset on Howard TV, and it was terrible to see. So, Benji, I hope you're listening and do the right thing by Howard. Howard, I hope you stay.
All right, thank you. And wow. Yeah, those impressions were good. There were 2 guys, Eric Jones too.
Artie, what are you doing, Artie? You're throwing your life away.
I mean, this guy too.
Hi, Howard. Just want to let you know that no matter what happens or where you go, we'll follow you. Hey.
Wow. Sal says he does an excellent impression of Gary. You want to hear it?
Let's hear.
Go ahead, Sal. There he is. He's fast asleep working on the show. Very nice. All right, so there you go. There's a lot of controversy. I'm sure people had their favorites.
Yeah, but, we have to pick. And so that's what the judging is all about.
Yeah, we did what they do on, like, American Idol, and now it's going to be up to America
Yeah.
to vote for the $5,000.
So there are your 5 finalists.
There are your 5, and then we'll march them out, and we'll have the audience vote. We can give our recommendations, Robin, but
Sure.
America will decide.
We can tell everybody what we like about each impression.
That's right.
Or do you want to give a weight to their vote? Should that be 30% of the vote and the votes
Oh,
in
like
here
you mean on
70%?
Like Dancing with the Stars.
I think you need to weight it.
Nah.
No?
I think we should let the audience decide.
That might be a mistake.
You think we should have one vote and they have...
I think we should get the majority.
I don't even think we have the brain power to weight the thing. I don't even know how to do that. Like if we count for like 30%.
And then, it's whatever they get from the audience plus that 30%.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great, too, because then there's going to be rumors that some of the contestants slept with Robin, like on...
Howard?
Yeah.
John's got an idea. John, go in. Go tell him the idea. He's got an idea that might work for them.
All right. Because this is great. They're very talented. And I would suggest to all the people entering, you better have some good material when you come in here. Really think
Right.
about what you want to do. I'll work with you, too. I'll talk to you and I'll interview you, but you got to have something to say. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, on American Idol a couple seasons ago, they introduced that save, where the people here can save if the audience just votes the wrong
Yeah, but we
person.
only have one vote.
Well, you'd have to eliminate them one at a time, but then at least you could be able to save somebody if the
Uh-huh.
you feel like the audience is way off track.
Right.
I like the waiting better.
I like pure letting America decide. Like America's Got Talent.
It doesn't matter.
All right. The person coming in fourth, and then I'll do it and I'll wait. I'm going to wait 2 days on the final one. 2 days.
This could take 6 months.
Right. Maybe we don't have America decide. Maybe we let Guatemala decide. Is there a way to do that?
American Samoa has decided.
Why don't we let the world decide? And then we'll give America one vote, Guatemala one vote. That'd be really good.
Every country gets a vote?
Every country gets a vote.
I think I like the woman who does the underdog.
Maybe we'll have the Vatican. The Vatican has spoken.
How you doing today?
I'm here. That's a good start.
First time in Sirius, right?
Yeah, it's my first time.
It's been a while
Oh my
since
God,
it's been
look
on.
at these.
The famous cupcakes.
They're famous, but
Take one if you want. They're
maybe a
good.
little too famous for me. I think they're too
They're
famous.
excellent.
I think they're just too damn famous for me. Wow, this is cool.
So
I haven't
excited
been
to be here?
Yeah, I haven't been here. I haven't been down to this location. I haven't even been on Howard's show.
It's been a while,
Except
right?
for on the phone.
Yeah. So right in here.
Yeah. I go in here. Is this my spot?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So what are you going to be talking about today? Your new movie?
My new movie, yeah, Angels and Demons. I hope. But you never
It's
know.
one of the things to talk
You
about.
never know with Howard what you're going to talk about.
It's true. Anything can come up.
Anything can, and usually does. But yeah, Angels and Demons, which opens. Today's Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Friday. It opens Friday. So that'll be great.
All right. So hang tight, and we'll see you in a little bit.
You bet. You bet.
Ron Howard is one of the most successful directors in America. He's probably the top, I don't know, who are the top 5 directors? Let's ask Ron. Ron, are you the top 5 directors in America? I mean, if we're going to really think about it, I think you are, right?
Well,
who's better than you?
There's some pretty good people out there making good movies all the time. I'm good. How are you? Nice to see you.
Good, thanks.
This my spot?
Yeah, take a seat anywhere you want.
Great.
Not too many strippers have sat there recently. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You're wearing jeans. It's fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You?
You nervous with this movie coming out? Angels and Demons?
I'm kind of excited.
You are?
Well, the Da Vinci Code showed that there's a big audience for, Tom Hanks playing this kind of a character.
By the way, I made a mistake. Da Vinci Code worldwide made $780 million.
760.
And we were just trying to figure out what your take is on that. That's got to be 10%, right?
So I'm really excited about the movie because
he's going to make another big payday.
Do you get $76 million for that? I mean, I would think that would be fair that you would get.
I think it would be fair too.
You don't think? But they don't give you that?
No, it doesn't, because that's the gross.
Right.
But
your deal is off the gross.
And then there's that's the gross what the theaters bring in. It's about slightly less than half that is what the studios get.
That's true. Right.
Which is probably why you were reducing it. Your business savvy was kicking in. That's why you cut it in half.
Aren't you disgusted that the theater? Let's say you go off and you make a movie for 2 years and you're thinking about this thing and you could make a lot of you have to choose your movie.
Right.
The theater gets 50% of every dollar. Does that bother you at all?
No.
It doesn't?
No, because they got to stay in business, and
But don't the studios somehow own some of those theaters, and then they end up getting the double dip?
There's always that, But
Right.
the fact is, the way it really works is there's like a ratio. So in the beginning, the first couple of weeks, the studios take a little more than the 50. It just kind of averages out to around 45 or 50%.
I mean, you should
There's
get
a
if you
sliding
make a film
scale.
that makes $760 million. You should get you should benefit. I mean, you made the film.
I think he benefited.
I benefited.
I think he does benefit.
Do you have to split everything with Brian Grazer?
We've had that partnership for 20-some years. Everything
So
goes
it's
into the pot.
50-50 with you, too.
But you know what? 24 goes into the pot, too. And that's, Brian.
Nice.
And Brian produced that.
Oh, yeah.
So anything
the
he
TV show-
produces, you get half of.
Huh?
Anything he produces, you get
Yeah,
half.
everything just goes into a pot.
Wow.
You know, I see the name Imagine, which is your film company, your production company. I see your name on everything. Imagine.
Right.
I can't imagine how you guys can be that involved in all of these projects. What do? You farm them out to people? I mean, you can't be that involved in everything.
Well, I mean, it's a company, so we have some great executives,
right?
Karen Kahila and others who who do great work, and executive producers and directors.
Has Imagine had any failures that I don't know about? I mean, it seems like everything's a winner with you.
Well, let's keep it like that. Let's
Are
not
there
delve.
failures?
Of course, we have disappointments.
What is your greatest disappointment?
Who, as a director, maybe?
Okay, what film did you make? I can't even think. What film did you make that didn't do well financially that you think should have been?
Well, I made a Western. With The Missing, with Cate Blanchett and Tommy Lee Jones. I loved this movie, but we really couldn't get people to go see it.
Is that
so
right?
That happens.
The Missing.
Yeah.
It's your worst nightmare. You put in 2
I
years.
see everything, and I don't think I saw that.
But I love the movie. I mean, so if you
did it get good reviews?
Mixed reviews, but it's real glowing. Some loved it.
some didn't like it much at all.
I'm going to rent it.
It's good.
I will watch it.
I personally am really proud of it.
I missed that one. I really did. I mean, I see pretty much everything you do.
Well, we talked about Frost Nixon. You could.
Yeah, I love Frost Nixon.
But are there any that were personal disappointments that you thought, all right, you go into every concept, of course, with great expectations, that you didn't like the final result, that you didn't?
There's, there are always elements of everything that you wish you had another chance to do, and so forth. But I sort of quit talking about it because one time somebody said, "Well, what's your least favorite movie?" And I was talking, and it was a bunch of kids. It was high school students at a class, and I'm talking to them very frankly, very honestly, and I told them, and the look of disappointment because that was their favorite. So once I make them, it's not really up to me. It's people like the ones they like.
You shouldn't watch these films ever. Do you ever
go back and see them again?
Yeah.
I don't, unless I have to do a DVD 20th anniversary commentary, which I've been around long enough that that's starting to come up.
Right, and also you were honored recently. I have the DVD. I haven't watched it yet. It was like a whole commemoration of your career and all the films you've made. Right? It was a whole.
I didn't see that, but I know about it.
Why wouldn't you go back and watch these films? Well, I'd be proud of them.
I am proud of them. If I bump into them or something, and I watch a few scenes, but I saw them a lot. When we made them.
But when you let's say you're laying in bed and you watch TV and Splash comes on or something.
If I catch it in the middle, I'll watch a few scenes. When I did we did a commentary for that a while back. I was really proud of it. I thought it worked great. We did a Parenthood one. Now there's going to be a new television series based on Parenthood.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
It's the same guy who created Friday Night Lights as a movie. I mean, as a television show for us. And he came to Brian and I and said, I want to do Parenthood, and I want to do this family. And we said, why don't you just invent your own family? He said, well, I love the structure of that family and those characters. And he wrote a fantastic script, and the pilot got picked up.
I mean, if you're not one of the wealthiest guys in Hollywood, then who is? I mean, you've got to be tremendously successful financially. I'm thinking this through. I mean, I started a production company. I used to make these productions. You couldn't get paid.
Right.
But you're able to.
But he manages,
You're able to make a living out of it. I
try to get paid as often as possible.
But how many projects do you consider every year that don't get, not everything gets picked up. Not everything gets a go.
Oh, no. I mean, for me as a director, I'm always developing 5 or 6 things, and I can only do a movie every 18 months.
Right now, do you have 5 movies in mind that you want to make?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You mean that you're actively developing the
script? But will the screenplays come together? Could you ever get the right casting? So it's one thing to have an idea that you're passionate about, but then it's another thing to get it to the next level where you think, we can really make a movie that's, going to mean something.
Why have you avoided making a superhero film? You've gone out of your way not to do Spider-Man. You could have been directing.
By the way, I know I said that in an interview a long time ago. I mean, this is not the recent iteration with Sam
Batman,
Raimi.
Spider-Man, and Harry Potter. Even you turned down.
Yeah, well, I did. Yeah.
Were you regretting any of that?
No, because I didn't think I'm not a comic book guy.
You're not.
I did as a kid. I wasn't reading them. I'm not crazy. So
in other words, you had a life
to make those movies.
Actually, we saw his life.
I was working. I was a little busy working.
We saw his life.
I was obsessed with comic books as a kid, but then again, you as a kid, I mean, you were doing some cool stuff. You were on TV.
I was on TV. But the thing is, if you're going to do those movies, you can't be cynical about them, and you can't manufacture them. Right. I think you got to love what you're doing, and that's and I've been fortunate. The movies that I make, the whole array of them, whether it's comedies or How the Grinch, a fantasy like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Angels and Demons. These are ideas that fascinate me.
Did you see Spider-Man?
Oh yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it very much. And of course, my daughter Bryce was in the third one.
And I want to ask you about Bryce in a second. But did you see Star Trek, the new one?
Yeah.
State of the art, right?
Liked it very much.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams did a fantastic job.
But do you want to do something like that? I know you've done real space movies. But what about the fantasy movies?
I would, fantasy, and I'm actually working on a couple of sci-fis.
Yeah? Oh, you are?
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
J.J. Abrams asked me how his movie was going to do Star Trek. I had seen it, and I said, you're going to make $79 million. And he said, if I get $79 million, I will give you a blowjob, he told me.
And we haven't seen him since.
Turns out he's a bullshitter.
I can't get all of them.
He's one of them Hollywood bullshitters.
Empty promises.
Are people in Hollywood bullshitters? I mean,
really, Ron? Are they?
I think when it comes to blowjobs, just pretty much all the time.
You promised blowjobs and not giving them. Tease. But I'm waiting for it. And I don't. Since he's blowing me, I don't think that's gay. For me, I mean, for him it is. But who knows? I don't know. You figure it out.
79 million. There's no gay, straight. It's all the same. Everybody's having fun.
But
everybody understands.
No, but I mean, there are people you've worked with that are horror scenes, right? You've worked on movies that you've absolutely hated working. You once said, I think you once said that Val Kilmer was a nightmare to work with.
He was pretty erratic. He had nightmarish days.
Yeah,
there were nightmarish days, and then there were great days because he's talented, you know.
But for an actor to dick around with you. It's so stupid because here you are successful. You might use them in every single movie.
That's right. You might make another movie.
What kind of jackass
I'll tell you
piss
something.
you off?
I don't want to,
Val Kilmer.
Why later I worked with him again on something. But
you did?
Yeah. But the thing is...
Yeah, Val built a deck at Ron's house.
He's his carpenter?
And he had some real nightmare days.
and he later did, he played Jim Morrison. He did The Doors, which is an imagined movie, you know.
Yeah, right.
And look, because I started off as an actor.
Right.
I understand.
You understand these crackpots?
I understand. It's a very emotional
Aunt B was a real
job.
asshole.
And that Barney, oh my God.
There were moments. I'll be honest. There were moments. So, I'm sympathetic to all that. And at a certain point, if somebody's, making it difficult, I acknowledge that too and try to work through it. But I cast them for a reason, and it's because I want what they can do when the cameras are rolling. And it doesn't matter much,
but
how
Tom
I feel
Hanks
about
doesn't give you any trouble.
Oh, well, Hanks is kind of a
so
dream.
Easy, you see, I might use him in my film.
Tom is unbelievable, and he's
great
got
actor.
complete integrity about what he does.
He shows up on the set. He knows his lines.
More than that, I mean, it's first of all, it starts with a script, not in some sort of bullying superstar way. He's a great writer himself. He contributes, and he leads by example. Like if you're working out there, we were working in Rome. We were working in Rome. In front
How
of the
long do
Pantheon.
you spend on Angels and Demons? I'm not talking about developing. I mean, how long do you spend shooting this thing?
I guess about 4 months.
4 months.
80-some shooting days.
Okay.
And so we were filming high pressure in Rome.
Right.
We started the movie in Rome.
Right.
And we only had limited amount because it's the summertime. It's tourist season. They probably the Vatican is not thrilled we're there anyway.
Vatican doesn't like you. They feel you're anti-Catholic.
Right. So
why though? I don't get it.
You never read the books.
Yeah, but
why is Ron anti-Catholic?
Because he's making the movies.
Apparently that's.
If you give the Vatican $10 million, they'll look the other way.
Where were you when I was trying to figure this movie out?
In Jersey.
He was in jail.
That's right. You'd have to bail him out to get his.
I had to bribe a priest.
Why? Sir, explain it to the controversy to me with this movie. Why are
well, it's turning out to be not so controversial now that some members of the church have actually started seeing it. We actually got a review from a Catholic publication that said, "Hey, it's fun. It's smart and it does no damage to the church." 2 nuns. I don't know. I don't know the Ebert and Roper of
Catholic League or something.
I don't know. Reviewed it and they said it was really great. They really enjoyed it. They weren't threatened by it.
I don't know if you heard, but they've been defrocked.
They had one criticism for me, about like just the way I shot one of the action scenes. So everybody's a critic.
The
right?
action scene.
Yeah.
The nuns were like, the car chase wasn't believable.
We had to hold it back for PG-13, and so they didn't like that.
So you're excited about this, but nervous. And is there a competition in the family? Your daughter is starring in Terminator.
Well, it doesn't come out for another week.
All right, so you're not the same weekend.
No, not the same weekend.
No, but are you rooting for her?
Of course,
you are.
Of course.
But is there a competition in a sense?
You think he would want to demolish his daughter's film?
Yes, it's Hollywood.
I mean, let me ask you something. This is a tough question. This is very Sophie's choice.
Okay.
If you could wish that your film makes over $100 million,
right,
and is a huge success,
right,
but that would mean your daughter's film has to bomb.
Bomb.
Wow. What would you take? Yours has to bomb, and her film is great. Who would you choose?
You got me.
Be honest.
I wasn't expecting it. What time is it?
You want your film to succeed over hers, of course.
Well, I have a profit participation, and she doesn't. So in the global scheme of things,
It's good for the family.
Are you surprised your daughter's career is doing so well?
she worked so hard at it, and could have been great as a kid, but I never would let her. And I have another daughter who's just left NYU, Paige, who had a cool part in
Tisch?
Adventureland.
She went to Tisch?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you let your daughter act when she was a kid?
Well,
what's wrong with that?
It's real. You know what? I was lucky. My dad was is still. Matter of fact, he's in Angels and Demons. He plays one of the Cardinals in Angels and Demons. It's very cool. He really was, because he's a freelance actor. He had a lot of time. Two things: he had free time when he wasn't working, and B, he really knew the ropes. And he was a great supervisor to have around the set. He was a great safety net. And Cheryl and I were not feeling like we were willing to dedicate that kind of time. Plus, look, the whole, following in the footsteps of Dad, who happened to have been in two, iconographic shows that were, with Opie and Richie and all that. Very hard for a kid to shouldn't have to compete with that.
I agree.
And last but not least, most kids don't really make the transition from childhood into adult. So if you're really serious about it as a lifetime,
Beaver,
you want to start go to school, immerse yourself in it, and then make a career out of it as an adult. Yeah.
Well, do you think that you're angry with your father for putting you in the business at a young age?
I'm so grateful.
You are
grateful beyond words,
But
because it worked out. I love
he was running around shooting movies at home.
But hold on
anyway.
a second.
I always
Wait
loved
a
it.
second.
Right.
All right.
Dr. Stern.
Let
me lie down here.
Go lay down. I don't believe what you're saying. I think he's saying that publicly.
Okay.
What do you think he's doing at home?
I think at home he's on a psychiatrist couch and saying, my father, instead of being a father and protecting me, put me in that horrible business. That's what I think.
It worked out so well for me.
You are so turned off to parents who put their kids in acting. You probably don't even like when you have to work with kids on the set and you see these yentas who put their kids in these movies.
Some are great and some aren't. Some are great and some aren't. But I tell you what, it's a lot of work, and you better be responsible about it. And here's what my dad did that was great, and my mom. I never felt that.
But why did they need
career.
to do it? Why did they need to put you in TV and Andy Griffith? Did they need it for their ego? Did they want you to support the family?
How did it happen? Did somebody see you, or did they actually send you out on auditions?
The way it happened was I started working really young, like at 4, when we were living in New York.
So they took you to places.
Yeah.
See?
And well, the way it really started was that my dad was directing summer stock, and I started picking up on the dialogue that the actors were doing because they had no babysitter, and I was hanging around watching. Everybody thought that was adorable. And so I was doing these scenes, and my dad and I would do these scenes for friends or whatever coming around, and I was pretty good.
Isn't it a miracle that your life ended up not like, Leave It to Beaver's life or
It's a kind of a miracle.
Eddie Munster? I mean, you really made the transition beautifully.
They point to two people, him and Jodie Foster,
That's
the two that sort of made it.
Do you get together with Jodie Foster and say, look how lucky we are?
We haven't done that.
Like
but,
a group?
The group of successful child actors?
Kurt Russell was a pretty successful child actor, too, who I've worked
there
with.
Are a few.
But it's and look, here's the thing. I always loved it. So where I think kids run into trouble is two ways. One, they don't really learn how to act very well. My dad was an excellent teacher. I was around good people. The environment was good. It was very constructive. I was actually learning how to do something.
Right.
Not just be like a trained animal.
Not a cute.
Now, smile, or now
In other words,
fake
Ron,
tear.
the kids rely on their cuteness more than the actual acting.
You
not
always
really
treated
learning
it
how to be in a scene or
as a craft.
And so that was and that was a huge advantage. And the other thing is that I had no ambivalence about it. So most people go through that adolescent period where the work slows down. That happened to me too, and that's just reason enough to be discouraged. And it wasn't for me. In fact, it's one of the reasons I wanted to become a director was because I loved it so much, the whole process, the whole environment, that I didn't want to be sitting around waiting for phones to ring. I wanted to be the catalyst for my own creative life.
Does your daughter ask you for advice, or does she do her own thing?
Does her own thing.
She didn't come to you and say, I'm thinking of doing Terminator. Dad, what do I do? Do I do this film?
No, just about never.
That's probably good.
Well, the other thing I noticed about you, though, you didn't raise your children in Hollywood, so you don't have those Hollywood kids.
One of the reasons we moved east, but I'm not sure it has to do with the place. You were asking about Bryce. When we were driving to NYU.
Right.
to do her audition, because if you're auditioning for the Tisch program, you have to come in and do monologues and things like that.
Right.
So we're driving there, and I seem to be a little more nervous than she is. And I'm saying, so did you pick a monologue? Did you? She said, yeah. I said, do you want to do it for me just while we're driving? No, I don't want to do it. Well, why don't you just do it? Just run through it. You don't want to just go into the room cold. You want to just run through it. No, I'm not going to do it, Dad. Well, I'd really like to hear it. No, I got it. I'm a goddamn top 10 director. I want you to do your monologue for me now.
And she still wouldn't do it.
She still wouldn't do it, and she got accepted.
I understand.
Well, I respect it. I respected it a lot better after she got in.
Mm-hmm. Did you secretly think, because it's really hard when it's your daughter, did you secretly think this is a mistake? What is she doing with her life? She doesn't have to do this. She could be happier doing something else.
One of the reasons we left L.A. was that I didn't want any of our 4 kids to feel compelled to go into the business, like it's all they knew. And so they grew up in an environment where they saw that there were a lot of people doing a lot of different things, and still 2 of them fell in love with it.
Did you bring them to the set when they were kids and all that?
Yeah.
That's where they fall in love with it.
Well, yeah, but two not interested at all. And God bless
what's with Bryce? She with a guy? Because
she's married.
Oh, she's married?
Yeah, to Seth Gable.
But he
Very
can't
good actor.
compete with
White
you.
guy?
He can't compete
Seth,
with you.
the black guy.
I've got a few black Seth.
There's very few black Seth. Not that you would have minded, but whatever goes. Whatever
sure,
goes.
she's in love.
Yeah.
Show business is a different thing, though. If you bring your child to your work and that's your work, it's easy to fall in love with. Like, my father always took me to work, but I didn't fall in love with installing antennas.
No.
He was in show business too.
You know?
I think that's the way
I love climbing roofs.
Are you comfortable with Bryce doing nude scenes?
Oh, that man! I'll tell you. Well, thank you.
I'm not. I know you now.
She had to do that at college. They
She
had
was
this
naked?
experimental. Yeah,
That is wrong. Now, let me tell you something. My daughter is a graduate of Tisch, and I'll tell you something. That's not right for the under the
I'll tell you, my
college
dad,
auspices.
I brought my dad to the play.
Was it a male professor?
It was. Yeah, you bet.
That'd be like Professor Howard Stern. Bryce, I need you to get naked.
Productions are nude. Yes.
Well, this was sort of nonstop. I mean, she had her clothes on for about the first 10 minutes, but it was avant-garde. So anyway, my dad came to see the show.
Right.
And we're watching it, and didn't realize quite how nude she would be for that period of time. And we're sitting here next to my dad and everything, and it's gratefully there was no intermission, so the show was over. And I turned to him and he said, you know what? That's courageous, and as an actor, she'll never have to be afraid again. And I thought that was the coolest thing for a 70-something-year-old guy to say about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking they make such a big deal about these Barrymores, but you're building like a little bit of a dynasty with the Howards.
It's not. It's not intentional, but it seems. Well, look, he left the farm. He by the way, he didn't like farming any more than he liked antennas.
That's right.
But you know, watching your daughter nude in a play, to me, the only thing more awkward, and I've done this, would be being at a bachelor party and watching the groom get a blowjob next to the father of the bride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that might be more awkward.
Yeah.
Well, there were moments where like things are a little tense. There was like a little bit of fake stage violence there with a guy kind of dominating her, her and stuff. And it was, I had an impulse to like
beat the shit
charge the stage.
Yes.
Try to tackle that son of a bitch.
I would imagine it'd be very hard for a kid to have a father like Ron Howard.
Sure.
And then you want to go into acting. I mean, I would just think it's crazy. And then, you think about all the people in your life, too, who you must feel the ugly green jealousy on your back when you think Chachi's probably staring at you.
I don't know that.
Potsy.
Well, in Chachi's reality show, did you see that part of? I don't know if Ron ever saw Scott Bale's reality show. Scott
I never
Bale
did. No, I heard about it.
I can't believe you're not obsessed with seeing that.
Ron's brother, Clint Howard,
he
is in a scene. They see each other.
Right.
And Scott goes to Clint Howard, and this had to be awkward for your brother, but Scott says to him, I've been trying to get in one of your brother's movies for years.
Oh, no.
I mean, that is like, what does Clint say to that? All right, make a call.
When you are casting a new movie, do you hear from these characters? This leech, all these guys, they want to leech onto you.
No.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith. Major pain in the ass. No one in Hollywood is a major pain.
There's no way Donnie Most or Anson Williams has your number.
I talk to those guys all the time.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
You really do?
Oh, yeah.
I believe it. He's clearly like...
Ron, how are you going to get rid of these guys?
It would be in the tabloids if he didn't take their calls.
I know.
You know what, Ron? I'll tell you how I got rid of my buddies Anthony and Vinny.
You know where Ron talks to them? In court. He's got a restraining order. I'll see you guys next month when I renew this. What do you mean? I mean,
they're friends. They're great friends.
You still friends with Mel Gibson? Is it hard to maintain a friendship with him after he goes through a controversy?
I haven't talked to him in ages, but he's kind of
dropped him.
He's.
I knew it.
I really, he's kind of he's kind of not around L.A. He's not around New York, and
But he's
I've lost
ruined
track of him.
himself. He had a perfect.
Oh, I don't think so.
He had a perfect. Come on.
Well,
let's stop the Hollywood bullshit. The guy.
The next time he stars in a movie, people are going to want to see him because he's a good actor. He's a charismatic guy. He's a great director.
Miss California. Are you really going to listen to what he has to say about people and religion?
Forget that. I'm just saying that he had everything going for him.
Sure.
Great director. I love his films.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was keep his mouth shut.
And then the Jew incident.
Yeah.
But
now he's dumped the wife. He's Mr. Catholic. He's dumped the wife.
Right.
And he's running around has a person holding a sign up of his new girlfriend's name when he's so they get the spelling right.
He was the first guy, if he were on the show, to say, he wrestles with demons all the time.
He's Mr. I know it's true. He's Mr. Catholic.
Yeah.
That would be like Mr. Met dating a chick.
You are squeaky clean. You got to be one of the smartest guys in Hollywood. You don't screw around.
Right.
We never get to hear these chicks you're banging.
Right.
You keep it on the QT.
How do you do that? How do you keep it so quiet?
How do you have sex with these actresses and it never ever comes out in the press?
Keep it so
What I want to know
Talk
from Ron
about
is
that for a second, and then we'll get back to Angels and Demons.
And how do you get heroin secretly?
Yeah, how do you score heroin and no one knows? By the way, Angels and Demons is opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. That's why Ron's here. He's not here for.
He doesn't like our fooling around.
He's not here because he likes talking about the Tisch School with Howard.
That's a good school. But Angels and Demons is really good too.
Angels and you're saying it's a good movie.
That's why you ask at the beginning, am I nervous? And I'm more excited because it's a real audience movie. It's a thriller. Look, the first Da Vinci Code, the impetus for making it was this almost philosophical, theological challenge to the church, And it was, by the way, we tried to make it a mystery and a thriller, and that's the way the book was. This is really start to finish, mystery thriller. Has much more action. It's one of the reasons I've never done a sequel, but I felt like as a director, it was a whole different kind of movie to make in a lot of ways, and audiences from our screenings and so forth really, really liking it, and so that's why. Of course, I'm nervous. Of course
you do. You got Brian Grazer breathing on his neck. What's the take? What are we getting out of this thing?
But
Speaking of sequels,
to show it to audiences because I think people are going to get a big kick out of it.
Speaking of sequels, were you ever offered Apollo 14?
Yes, he was.
The end of the first Da Vinci Code. I love the Da Vinci Code, the movie, by the way.
Thank you.
I didn't read the book, and I got it. At the end, you sort of allude to the fact that young girl is the descendant of Christ.
Yeah.
Now, so does it pick up right from there?
No, it's a separate adventure. In fact, this book was
I
actually
don't need
written
to see
before.
the Da Vinci Code in order to see Angels of Demons.
No.
Good.
But I think it definitely benefited us to make it a follow-up, even though the Angels and Demons as a novel was actually published first. But it's a more intense story. It's more violent. And I think the fact that Langdon's already been through the one adventure and now is kind of going deeper into this world of, here's all that can happen surrounding these sort of mysteries.
In light of Star Trek's success, are you sorry you didn't put Kirk or Leonard Nimoy in the movie?
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy actually seems to be the one you need to get.
Out of nowhere, Spock shows up.
To me, I would do that if I was a director. I would just throw these guys in it just for the hell of it. What do you want, Gary?
I got a question, man.
Go ahead. Really?
Yeah,
You're going to interrupt my fantastic interview with a potentially disastrous question? By the way, didn't Tom Hanks... Do you know what happened to Gary? He threw out the first pitch at Citi Field. Do you know about this?
No.
Oh, you got to put this in a movie.
Really?
This is your next
Hey,
film.
we're not going to show this to every A-lister, are we?
No. Listen to me. Didn't Tom Hanks throw out a first pitch and you caught it, but it was a disaster?
I couldn't catch it.
It was so far askew from what it should be.
By the way, we were warming up. We even warmed up in the bullpen.
Right.
And I thought, Tom's, man, he's got some heat. And you know, he's a pretty big guy, and he was bringing it. And just lobbing him in, but it was head zing. But we got in there, you know, 50,000 fans.
Yeah, I'm aware.
And their number one player stepped into the box. So now he's got a guy here that he doesn't want to hit because the guy's a superstar and Japanese, and that would be very impolite in Japan. Right. You know, my brother Clint said, he should have screwed that. He should have brushed him back.
Yeah, a little chin music.
Should have put one right between the 4 and the 7.
This was in Tokyo.
Yeah, it was in Tokyo.
Right.
And so Tom, you know, very good athlete, threw it 8 feet wide and in the dirt. I made a nice lunge, which I can verify because I had dirt on my pants. I really tried.
Right.
And I went to the backstop. And
how come we never see that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine was on Kimmel last night. That's how bad it was.
Well, here
really?
it is. Take a look. There you go. There's Gary at the now. He completely misses the catcher and it goes, hits the umpire.
Gary,
yeah,
you did way worse.
Yeah.
Than Tom.
Worse than Tom Hanks.
If I could say, because he wasn't girlish when he threw it.
Yes, I know.
That's the point. You gotta just whip it. You gotta whip it.
It didn't lob up and over to the right.
I got it.
You know,
Gary,
but-
you're such pain in your face.
I know.
Ron Howard thinks how girlish you throw. Unbelievable.
Can I ask Ron the question I came in to ask him?
Oh, the question is now changed.
No.
It's hateful.
I heard that when you were making the Grinch that Jim Carrey was complaining about the outfit.
Yeah.
And somebody said that you put the full outfit on one day. It came in to show him that it wasn't so bad.
Well, it wasn't that. I'd always told him that out of sympathy, someday I'll wear it. Because he would say, man, this is brutal. But by the way, to Jim's credit, I got to say, early on, I said, should we adjust it? Should we simplify this thing? Because, you know, I don't want this to be a nightmare. And he said, no, this is the look. This is what we got to go for. So he toughed it out, but he was miserable. And so one day as a surprise, just to kind of boost him at about the halfway point when things were getting pretty low, I showed up in the outfit.
Well, that's
and
pretty cool.
It was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
It was fun.
You brought up your brother. Is it hard for your brother to have you in the same business as him and you be so super successful? I mean, do you guys sit down and work that out and you ever say to him, listen, Clint, this has got to be awkward.
Right.
Because I'm so goddamn successful. There's not too many people who are so successful like you.
He has a theory.
Go ahead.
We're very close.
Right.
Really close. I love working with him.
He live near you? Do you guys that close?
He lives in the house.
No.
He lives in the house?
No.
I didn't know that.
No, he lives near my. He lives in L.A. still.
Right.
He's in the Cato Kalin trap.
But he's got a great life.
Right.
And he loves what he's doing. And he looks at the way I work, and he says, "I don't want to work like you."
Right.
And
are you a workaholic?
Probably.
So he's lazy on top of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that what you're saying?
He's got a great life. I sort of wish I had his peace of mind in a lot of ways.
Do you get to see your wife every night? Or are you one of these guys
much, yeah.
who casts his wife aside and doesn't really...
No.
Do you know your wife anymore?
She's not cast asideable.
She is not.
No, she's fantastic. Look, we met in high school. We're going to be, what year is this?
It'll
be 34 years this June.
Wow.
Congratulations. I mean, that is a major success story. And you still enjoy banging her, and you still enjoy the sex, right?
I think on the phone last time
we
said,
got into this a little.
I said that I was having sex while I was doing the interview.
That's a pro. That is a pro.
Well, it was actually, that was a joke, actually.
Your wife must be a spectacular person.
She's a great person.
She can hold your attention. I mean, you work with these beautiful actresses. I mean, it's one after another.
She's
you know you could be getting laid 99% of the time.
She's it wouldn't be the same. She's fantastic.
The lovemaking is still as good.
That's great. Well, I mean, yeah.
And she still gets as excited over you.
Or she's a better actress than we all.
He's got to have willpower. Like Ron is the kind of powerful guy to where it's like I remember talking to Norm about this. If you're going to send Norm Macdonald, if you're going to send a woman out, if you're going to send a woman out to Hollywood,
yes.
Who's a friend of yours, the best advice to give him is, look, if you're going to be a whore, be a smart whore.
Right.
Like, if you go on a movie set, know who to fuck. Don't fuck one of the actors. Don't fuck a writer ever.
Right.
Ron's the guy you fuck. Like, Ron is the guy you
Do
approach and
actresses
fuck.
throw themselves at you? I mean, you're a handsome guy. I mean, you're a nice-looking guy.
No, in fact, I think I get along really well with all the actresses because they're just, Do
you fantasize about them at all? I mean, it would be natural to fantasize. They say directors fall in love with their leading ladies. I mean, they have to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So is it discipline, or is it just that your marriage really is that great?
My marriage really is that great, and I also I wouldn't want to blow it. I wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want to give up what you have.
I wouldn't want to give up what I have for a second. And
prenuptial agreement? Not back then. I mean.
No.
Where'd you meet her? Was it
High school.
High school.
John Burroughs High School.
No kidding.
Yeah. Miss McBride's English class.
Did you get laid a lot during the Happy Days years, or was it just strictly
we
your
were
wife?
already together.
This is unbelievable.
He's going to get very upset now.
So you really were, you weren't Fonzie.
Yes, because you didn't take advantage of all your fame.
I mean, do you fantasize about what it could have been like if you hadn't got, I mean, the endless parade?
Yes.
It must be amazing.
Who was getting laid on that set? Tom Bosley?
Really? Sometimes I fantasize I'm you and what I could have had.
You know what I don't get about Ron, though?
What?
Why lead such a wonderful, because I'm a Roman Catholic.
Right.
Why lead such a wonderful, sinless life and then make these movies and go to hell?
To blow it on a movie.
Now listen, the movie is called Angels and Demons.
Right.
You know that Ron's a good director, so you should just go based on that. I mean, has he ever let you down?
A Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful Mind.
Best movies ever.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's
unbelievable.
that's some movie.
Yeah.
What's with that maniac, Russell Crowe? What's he up to?
He wasn't throwing phones.
He's doing
on
Robin
that
Hood
set.
right now.
Is he doing
with
Robin
Ridley
Hood?
Scott for our company, for Imagine. Brian's producing.
No kidding.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. It's so cool. I mean, it's like the Gladiator version of Robin Hood, because with Ridley Scott, you know, they're not making it whimsical, or you know, it's tough out there.
I would go see that.
It's really a
They're
good
actually
script.
acting like there were no conveniences back then.
It's a really good script.
And his accent's better than Costner's?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm telling you, it's going to be great.
I would hope.
Have you ever had the experience, though, of working with an actor who had a difficulty, a real problem, and you really had to work with them, or, I mean, you know, either a substance abuse problem, or, you know.
No, I've never had that.
Never had that.
I mean, I've had people probably who did, but they were functional while I was dealing
really?
with them, you know. So
Yeah, I'm functional.
Are you good?
He works, first of all, he's working with
gets
the
good
top, the
people.
creme de la creme. He doesn't have to work with these crappy guys.
Sometimes, you know, I mean, even a Robert Downey Jr. has had his problems.
Yeah, but he's so
No,
great.
I've never had anybody who, you know, seemed to be losing it in that way. Or maybe
this
a
point-
couple of like secondary characters where you sort of knew.
Do you
know, that-
think at this point you could put out a movie with an unknown actor? Because most of your movies, you have a guy like Tom Hanks, or you have Russell Crowe, because they're bankable. In other words, you know that if they're in the movie, you got a better shot at getting an audience in there. Would you ever go back to taking a chance with somebody who doesn't have any kind of?
Well, yes, I would. And you know, and with you talked about Frost Nixon. I was really ultimately went with Michael Sheen and Frank Langella, who are known,
right?
You know,
but they're not big
unknown.
box office
They're
guys.
not big box office guys, and that was the right thing to do, and it got the Academy Award nomination.
I was disappointed in Frost Nixon just because I thought it was going to be about Otis Nixon, the guy in the Braves, the leadoff hitter.
Oh, yeah.
So life is good. We're excited. Angels and Demons coming out now. Now you're on the promotional tour. Where are you going after this?
We're finished. When the movie opens, I've been to France. I've been to Rome. We had a premiere in Rome, which was very interesting.
Did you go on Letterman?
No, I'm doing the top 10 list later this week, and Tom did Letterman the other day.
I see. So you're really out there pushing.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. Yeah, no, listen, I'm excited to see it. In fact, they sent over a screener, which will make me a hero.
Yes,
because I will invite people over and we'll have a
You'll
screening.
be screening a film.
Can I be one of those people? Or
no, I don't want
okay,
to.
But Donnie Most and Anson are coming over.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm Howard's Donnie Most.
It's a star-studded screening.
Hey, Ron, can I just say something, Ron? I never pitch myself for movies.
I know what you're going to say.
Well,
you want to be in Happy Days in Space. Would you ever produce
I would
something?
love that.
Happy Days in Space.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, when I was on heroin, I got to work here every other day. Right?
That's pretty good.
Ron,
and I'll wear whatever outfit you want. I'm not like that Jim Carrey jacket.
I am going to recommend to my audience to see Angels and Demons, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because you've got credibility with me.
Well,
I know you're not may I say, shithead.
This is no hack.
They're just going to put out a bad
That's
movie.
a nice. Can we put that quote? Directed by a guy who's not a shithead.
Right. You're a decent man. You obviously have an eye for a good movie. You know how to tell a story. So I can guarantee you it will be good.
Thank you. I
And
think you'll like it.
Is the movie tracking well, as they say? That means you're on course to make how much? $100 million the first weekend?
What, here in the U.S.? No, not that much. But worldwide could be 100 million. Yeah, maybe more.
Yeah. Listen.
It's all green, baby.
Artie
Who knows?
Teach you.
Do you and Brian Grazer trust each other so much? If you say he's working on something, do you trust each other so much that you just know it's going to be fine? And like, how often do you check the dailies of Robin Hood?
No,
you never do that.
No,
right?
but it's you know, we trust each other and that we know everybody. We're both trying to do great stuff,
Right,
and,
right.
and in a business where it's impossible to bat 1,000. But what you do is, you know, you give it everything you got with stories you care about.
Right.
It's you're doing great, and I can't wait to see Angels and Demons. And everyone go see it. Opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. The great Ron Howard. There's so much even more to talk about. I mean,
Just
don't
skim
even-
the surface, didn't he?
Just skim the surface.
We don't know if he's ever banged a black chick.
He hasn't. I believe
He
his
never
wife.
had time.
Your wife's the only one you've had sex with, right?
And what's that wheel of sex back there?
That's what you're going to do here next time.
Okay.
Your next film, you come in, you spin it, and you do whatever's on the wheel.
Oh, is that the way that works?
You're going to change high-pitch Eric's diapers.
My goodness.
You're going to get a chocolate bandit from Sal.
I was avoiding one question, and I walked right into a
worse
deeper
one,
trap.
yes.
No, you've only had sex with your wife.
That's true.
Is that true?
Is that really
That's
true?
I would say that's true.
Wow.
You're
And
almost
meaning.
like Donny Osmond. I mean, it's you know, I interviewed him once.
Yeah.
And he'd only had sex with his wife.
Right.
And I said, boy, I was kidding around with him. I said, she must give the best fellatio. He goes, I would never ask my wife to do that. I said, wait a second, you've never had a blowjob.
Right.
And he said, that's right.
That's right.
And he said, I won't ask my wife for one. She hasn't done it, and I'm never going to ask
Wait
her.
a minute, who said that?
Donny Osmond.
Oh, Donny Osmond.
Wow.
But Ron's edgier than Donny Osmond.
You think?
Yeah,
You've had a blowjob.
I would, without being very specific, I would say we're a little more adventuresome than Donnie.
Ron, you never fucked Pinky or Leather Tuscadero?
Why not?
Now that was the fantasy.
I bet it was for
Did
him.
anyone bang him? Henry? Tom Bosley? Anybody? Marion Ross got in there? The kid who played your older brother who was there for 2 episodes?
Well, wait a minute. You know, when you sit around and you look at their cast, what is this with Chachi and all the beautiful girls in Hollywood?
Kid's a player.
What a list.
Did
He
you
ain't no Ron
think
Howard.
That he was going to be the guy who was at the gateway to Hollywood banging every beautiful chick?
He was a handsome, charismatic guy and huge star in television for a long, long time.
But you know,
and he's a good actor too. I mean, he actually is
but
good.
isn't it sad? I mean, I think he womanized a little too long.
You think so?
Yeah, I think at some point he should have matured and said, I've been through every Pamela Anderson type.
Right. Well, maybe he's doing that. Didn't he just have a kid? No, you're not buying it?
I don't buy it.
Did he ever call you for advice or anything on that?
Yeah, we've spoken to him.
Yeah.
That's what you call it, a womanizing
He didn't
advice.
listen to a word I said.
No. Well, see, I'm gonna listen. Would you say put Leonard Nimoy in
every film?
I put Spider-Man in every film. Why not? Spider-Man meets Angels and Demons. Why not? That's a huge success story. I don't know. I would do that.
When
That's
the
why they want-
franchise gets to that point, I think it's time to end it.
The Spider-Man code. I have a different outlook on. I have a different outlook on this relationship Ron has with his brother. To me, if I were Ron, I'd be incredibly jealous of Clint because he's in one of the best episodes of The Odd Couple ever.
Yeah. He's done some good stuff.
right.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor.
So to sum up, really, it is amazing that a guy in Hollywood who's attractive and wealthy and this and that has only had sex with his wife for his entire life.
It's
quite remarkable.
It's pretty remarkable.
Who's the attractive guy?
It's a real.
I'm sorry.
I thought you wanted to work with
You're
this
not
guy.
attracted to Ron?
This guy, Ron Redford over here? Are you kidding me?
Oh, you know what I mean. I mean there's a certain beauty to that.
Well, I think so, and I'm
And a certain
grateful
sadness.
for it.
I'm not sure.
In Jersey, it's an incredible sadness.
Listen, you have a story to tell. my
Anybody you haven't worked with that you want to?
So many.
Really? You're not going to name a name?
Name Howard Stern.
Hey, you were good in your movie.
I did a good job.
I went there not expecting much, and you were very, very good.
I showed sensitivity.
Yeah.
I was. You want to know something? I did win the Blockbuster Award for Best Newcomer.
Yeah.
Which is something Ron dreams of.
But I'll tell you what.
Right next to the Oscar.
Done, yes.
I believed. Now you can laugh all you want. I deserved an Academy Award nomination for that film. All right. So anyway, let's see.
Isn't it true that
You said I could laugh all I want.
Isn't it true that Bryce's monologue was Howard talking to Pig Virus?
It's true. That's how she got into Tish. But she did it nude, which is brilliant.
That's where I first saw Giamatti, who I then worked with on Cinderella Man.
As a matter
and
of
he's
fact,
great.
yeah. I mean, I remember when we were testing for that part. We auditioned Giamatti 3 times. We weren't even sure, but Betty Thomas, the director, said this guy's got something. And then when I started working with him, my agent said to me, "This guy's going to be the biggest star ever. He's terrific.
He's great. He's great.
He's terrific." All right, look. Enough about me. We could brag about my acting all day, but we won't. We're here to celebrate your
You won't
film.
name one name of somebody you want to work with, huh?
What?
Pam Anderson.
There's so many. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Would you ever work with
Johnny Depp? Love to work with Johnny Depp.
What's the problem?
I just haven't found a script. I mean, Jack Nicholson. Love to work with Jack Nicholson.
What
Meryl
about this-
Streep.
What
Great.
about this Paris Hilton? No interest
No
in her?
interest in Paris
I haven't seen the range yet in her performances that would.
Aren't you annoyed of those kinds of celebrities now, these reality star celebrities that have apparently no time? Doesn't that bother you?
It's the antithesis of him in a way. You know, it's like the direct opposite.
People are very entertained by those shows and those people.
All right,
That's fair enough.
Those people.
Have you produced any of those shows? You don't have
No,
any.
our TV company hasn't gotten. But I think if we could think of a good one, we.
Ron, good news. I'm on Paris Hilton's Twitter. She wants to work with you.
Let me see that.
I love the beautiful brain.
See Angels and Demons. That's what. Listen, Ron doesn't really care about any other of this. Quite frankly, he thinks this was a disastrous interview because he didn't spend 99% of
But
the
you
time.
do keep mentioning Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons is a real story. In other words, told by a real filmmaker. And Ron needs you to go see this. Let's be honest. And believe me, you're not that busy. You can't go see this.
Hey,
Yeah.
this weekend is the weekend to unbusy yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, spend 2
I like the
hours
sound
having
of that.
fun. Big deal.
Yeah.
See Angels and Demons opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. Ron, we're honored to have you here. After all, you're very important, and we're very insignificant. And we'll be back right after these words.
Ron, how'd it go, man?
That was fun.
You had a good time?
The studio's great, and you do stuff on the Howard Show that you don't do anywhere else.
Now, Howard was a little concerned that you've only had sex with one woman.
He was a little bit thrown by that, I think, but not me.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed Ben Stiller as a guest, what a great guest he is, how he always comes in, he's an A-lister, loves the show, and he's pretty open about his life, and he tells us everything that's going on. We dig him. Check it out.
And we're going to talk about Ben Stiller, longtime friend of the show, Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he comes in to promote all his movies, and I think, listen, he's a big star. He likes us. You know, what more do you need?
Now, he and Howard seemed that their relationship was going someplace, and then I guess it dropped off.
I thought Ben said something that was really telling and not a joke today. He said, yeah, you sort of dropped the ball. And Howard goes, really? I thought you dropped the ball. And Ben said, well, when I didn't get the wedding invite, I figured I was on the outs. And I didn't think that was a joke.
I didn't think that was a joke either. Did you, Benji?
No, but I also didn't think I didn't think about it too much.
You don't have a thought on it, do you?
I did think it was a joke.
How'd you think Ben looked today?
Skinny
and his hair.
He had the funky hair.
Yeah. Do you think a couple people said he seemed depressed?
Oh, I got it. No, go ahead.
Do you agree?
I don't know. That's sort of his demeanor. He's sort of like the, gets beat up, but he's a good guy. I mean, he's almost like the character in his movies, but he seemed a little downtrodden today.
Well, considering all his success, and he's been tremendously successful in movies, do you think he's a humble guy? I mean, is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, I mean, you can be humble, but like when they said that, when Ben said he doesn't know how many movies he's been in that have cracked 100 million, I was not buying that. I mean, you can be humble and still know that, because when you want to go in to negotiate a contract, I'm pretty sure you got to know what that is.
And today, I know he was promoting Night in the Museum, the next movie, but a lot of talk was about Tropic Thunder and the balls it really takes to make a movie like that.
I think he's really proud of that movie, as well he should be, because he's made some funny movies, but there's some people who go, oh, he makes light comedy, and that was a ballsy movie. And we were saying here today, imagine if you tried to make that movie and Sal was playing the black character instead of Robert Downey Jr. I always said about that movie, the reason why I loved it so much is because that could have gone horribly wrong, and it didn't. It was really well done and well written.
And he revealed that he'd been working on that for 20 years. Like, that was a long-time project that he really wanted to do, and it came out great. And, of course, Downey gets nominated for the Academy Award, playing a guy who's trying to get nominated for an Academy Award.
I thought the second I saw that movie, I said he should be nominated, because, again, that could have gone horribly wrong in the hands of another actor.
And I thought Jimmy did a great job just hanging during that whole interview and then piped in, in the appropriate places.
Now, where was that?
Well, I'll get to that. First, we got to get to Ben's marriage, which it seems like he's got a great marriage, 2 kids, everything's great. But he was very honest. He said, all marriages have ups and downs. And, of course, immediately it's like, what do you mean ups and downs? And then Howard brought up the Neil Patrick Harris thing, which, if you missed it, clip number 2, Ted, here's, this explains it.
Neil Patrick Harris.
I was dating him. He'll be one of the
said
downs.
he never had sex with a woman. He had sex with your wife.
Well, now, I don't know if there actually was,
he says it was coitus.
He might not even know what that is.
And he said...
It was grossest.
He said... I knew then I was gay because if this is one of the most beautiful women in the world. If I can't get excited over her...
Well, he must have been
then I must be
excited.
gay, right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
Now, now, what do you think of this?
I don't know what to think of it. I mean, I don't know if it's a compliment, if it's a backhanded, whatever. I don't know. I'm happy that he's happy with his own sexuality. I'm glad that he's figured it out.
Did she break the news to you?
told you that she
I knew that
had-
they had dated. I mean, I never delved in for the details.
Right.
What do you say to that?
So he's finding out for the first time today that Neil Patrick said that on our show?
No, he was aware of it, he said.
He was aware that they dated.
No, he was aware of what Neil Patrick Harris said when he came in. But still, how do you have that conversation with your wife? Or you don't even have that conversation.
Well, first of all, do you want to hear about any of the dudes that your wife banged before she met you?
No.
Okay. Then do you want to hear about the gay dude she banged who's like this really gay guy now?
No. But again, Ben knows what he's getting into when he walks into the Howard Stern show, and he rolls with things very well. The other thing he didn't want to talk about was Owen Wilson. And this is after talking about a bunch of different things in his personal life. But it seemed like Owen Wilson's attempted suicide was just hands off.
Well, they're really good friends. He probably doesn't want to talk about it. But he's like, I'm not going to talk about this. And he started to talk about it. And then it got really crowded in there, and he reeled back on it. But, I didn't think Howard was that out of line. He was sort of like, hey, you're directing a movie. You got just your life's work. It's a movie you worked on for 20 years. What do you do when a guy drops out?
Did you think that question was out of line, Benji?
No, not at all. And I didn't think. I thought Ben didn't handle it in a really good way. Like, I think he should. If he doesn't want to talk about it, it's okay. I would respect that. But it just he made it like it was this horrible thing that he made.
Well, the guy tried to kill himself.
No. That's horrible. But it's not crazy that Howard would say, like, how do you handle a situation like that?
Yeah, I think everybody's nervous when Howard brings up stuff like that. But I thought the question was a legitimate question. He probably said, hey, you know what, man? He's a great guy. We got somebody else for the movie. It was a tough time, and, we moved on.
Hey, it's Sal Governale, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we discuss one of my screw-ups in the Bob Levy spelling game. And then somehow the conversation went over to Robin and her talking too much. That was my opinion. That was constructive criticism. And after you see what I have to say, I think you're going to agree with me. So check it out.
Sal, I'm glad you came down here. I see your stuff in your face. I'll give you a second. But I know you apologize for the misspelling and you blamed Google and Gary and Robin and everything else, but ultimately you took responsibility for your mistake.
No, in an argument where one's right and one's wrong, and it's Sal and Google, I think one is Sal, who was trapped in a pizzeria as a kid.
Hostage.
Hostage. And the other one is a company that recruits Harvard and Yale kids. So I don't know, Sal. It's
I think
a bad
you summed
matchup.
up. I think you summed it up right there.
But Sal, you did
Artie.
the greatest prank ever, you and Richard. It was vintage, you guys,
Oh,
and then
thank
you
you,
fuck
Art.
up 10 minutes later. So explain the fuck up. We don't care about the podcast.
Exactly. Why'd you blame Google?
Talk about your fuck
Because
ups.
when Google didn't work, I went to Gary.
But did you take responsibility for it? The
Yes,
answer is no.
absolutely. I do take responsibility. And, I did it in a way where when I wasn't sure about the word, I Googled it. But the thing is, at the time, I never noticed the top. It says, did you mean so-and-so?
Right.
I just I'll type in cemetery, and then if I see, and I'll scan the page, and if I see that spelling, I assumed I got it right.
So it gave you all the hits on the other idiots that spelled it wrong.
That's exactly it, right. So I found on Google all the idiots just like me, and I fucked up.
Sal, when we were talking about it, though, a bigger issue came up, I think, which Gary alluded to, which is,
Sure.
I don't know, did you hear what he said? He said that you're telling Gary that he's your boss and
Right.
everything, and then away from Gary, you're like, you know what, I'm
Well,
doing just fine.
I said on the air that I screwed up, and then when Howard just kept pecking at me, I said, this is a time for a good old-fashioned Baba Booey moment.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're
this is something
talking about
different. You're
off
not
the air.
listening.
People are
I'm not-
telling me off the air that you're going around saying, I let Gary think he's the boss, but I know who's running the show.
No. I might have said it in front of the camera, but Gary, that's definitely not true.
I wonder.
Hey, so who?
I wanted you to go
Thank
to the,
you, Sal.
Gary.
I wanted you to go to the Stuttering John School of Disrespect.
No, Gary, you know more than I. Like even today, when we put a game together, I specifically break it down. I make sure that you know.
Sal, if you're going to go to a Stuttering John school,
I would never go to that school.
You should go to the Stuttering John School of getting an insanely great job without any skills school.
You should go to the Stuttering John School of I can't remember where I put my wallet.
You should go to the post Howard Stern job placement school because he's the fucking master of that.
Gary, do you believe that Sal respects you at your job?
I think for the most part he does, but I think Sal is one of those guys, who will say whatever needs to be said, where it needs to be said to make himself look good.
Well, I don't know about looking good.
Yeah, he's a jerk off.
Right, yeah, they are. Yeah.
I was going for two things.
Yeah, but I'm a professional jerk off. I'm a jerk off too. Sal, just say you're being a jerk off when you fuck with Gary like that.
I agree. And you know what? It's funny. I wanted to bring something up about Stuttering John. In the beginning, I like what Stuttering John did, but it came to a point where it wasn't funny anymore. It was just browbeating. It got a little.
Are you talking about me or anybody?
I'm talking about Stuttering John.
With anybody?
With you.
Oh.
But
look who's talking.
I know. No, but I think
the guy who built the wall of teeth in Times Square.
And I loved what John did and stuff to certain degrees, but I felt like it just wasn't funny anymore. It just was like it was mean spirited. And believe it or not, I'm trying to pull away from that. Today, it's been a while since I broke Gary's balls, but when you have like Howard looking at you, I feel like a third grader in the principal's office.
It's rough getting yelled at by Howard because it's impossible to win an argument because he's a good arguer.
For straws and
sometimes you just got to own up to it.
And I did. But I'm grasping for straws, and he's giving me that look. It's like the fucking, it's like the Wizard of Oz looking down at you with the flames coming up and everything, and I'm shivering like the lion, and all of a sudden I'm just like, where do I go? Oh, okay, Baba Booey.
Sal, do you?
He's my saving grace.
Hold on.
Sometimes.
Deflection.
Do you understand why Howard was so embarrassed and
because
upset?
I made him look like an ass. And you don't make Howard look like an ass on the show. I mean, I screwed up. The guy is running a show. He's doing the best he can. He can't stop and think, and cover everything. He's running a show. And then all of a sudden, it's one of those things he glanced over, and I made him look foolish.
Now, will you be insulted if you get an email tonight where Beth said you put a post-it on your computer and you should check Webster's dictionary?
No, I won't be.
But another reason he was mad, Sal,
funny.
From a comedy point of view, was it ruined the bit.
Right.
It ruins the bit
Sure.
if we can't spell, too, although Levy spelled existence, EXF, I think. But, so he looked really bad, but we look stupid too, so the bid is destroyed.
Well, we're one big happy stupid family. I was stupid.
No, we're not.
And the first thing
we have stupid cousins.
And the first thing
Sal.
The first thing you said when you walked in there was, "I know I'm stupid. I know you just." Do you feel like Howard just wanted to go down that road?
Yes, I wanted to kind of like cover my tracks by saying what he would say, so he would get it out of the way.
How did you know? How did you know what he was going to say?
Well, after a while working here, you kind of get the impression of what's going to happen. You kind of get a feeling of what he's going to say, and I knew what he was going to say as soon as he saw that, or whatever the fuck it is, and he called Gary, and Gary said it was. I knew. I mean, my heart just sunk. And I said, here it comes. Here comes the beating. It's been a while. And I walked in.
It's actually only been a few days.
And it was like going to Bogey Land, like from March of the Wooden Soldiers. And I walk in there, and then sure enough, he just...
Sal with a great Laurel and Hardy reference.
Yeah, I was a big Laurel and Hardy fan. And
you smacked Robin a couple times, too.
It is like going to Bogey Land, though. It's
like Buster Keaton and Seven Brides.
It's like Harold Lloyd hanging off the clock.
With Robin... Look, I like Robin. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I love Robin, but I like Robin, but she's got to know her place sometimes.
What is her place?
Well, yeah, what do you
know
mean
what I mean? Well, there's a pilot and there's a co-pilot.
Back of the bus, Sal? Is that what you're saying?
No. That's a long time ago.
But what is it? You mean, in other words, Howard's a pilot?
Enough, Sal.
Howard's a pilot. She's got to sort of pipe down.
In certain cases.
But like what? Like a case like where Howard's browbeating you?
Right. No, there's a time to speak. There's a time not to speak.
Are you saying Robin's interrupting a lot?
I'm surprised the bottom of Robin's sneakers are not on Howard's tongue. She steps on him so fucking much sometimes.
I agree.
She doesn't have track marks. I'm surprised she doesn't have track marks all over his fucking face from her Reeboks, because she sometimes just keeps interjecting. It's like, hey, You're going to fucking spew your garbage at 10 o'clock for 45 minutes. Get it all out then. Hold back a little bit.
You're calling the news garbage?
No,
That's
I'm
spewing?
just a figure of speech. You know, spew her stuff or whatever.
I feel like we're all like cannibalizing each other now. Like we're all like this.
Well, we're not.
Like we're all like he's yelling Artie's talking too much. He's yelling Robin's talking too much. I feel like we're come on. We used to be a family. What happened?
I'm trying to.
This is family, Gary.
Do you mean we're all eating each other?
It's a dysfunctional
Yeah, I know,
family.
but I feel like we're tearing each other down.
I know. Well,
But
listen,
even Artie agrees,
It is weird, Garrett. Lately, there's been negativity on the Howard Stern show.
I can't believe. No, I mean, Robin.
So wait, you said at 10 o'clock Robin should do her thing. So from 6 till 10, do you think she should just sit there?
No,
knowing that she's got the last hour.
No, but she should know her place. Like
she's like the number 9 hitter.
To me lately. I mean, if I love Robin, I'll give her constructive criticism right now.
I thought you said.
All right, you want me to tell the truth?
No. You didn't.
I love Robin. This is not a diss. This is not negativity.
Let's hear what he has to say. What do you have to say?
Hold on.
I admire Robin. I look up to Robin. I pinch myself every day that I'm working with a great person on the Howard Stern show.
You look up to Robin because she's taller than you.
But if I may give her some constructive criticism, like she would for me, somebody you care about.
Okay. What is your constructive criticism?
Slow down on chiming in. Slow it down, Robin. Slow it the fuck down. When there's a guest on and Howard's mid-sentence in a question and she chimes in and she just demolishes that question with something from left field, sometimes it makes my hands crunch into a fist. Just take it easy on chiming in so much. Think about what you want to say. Think if it's that important to interrupt Howard Stern when you say it, and then take the approach, whether you're going to do it or not. She has a tendency sometimes to get real. She's become a pig on the mic. The micro, like a hogging it up. Just take it easy. Don't be so piggish on the mic.
When did you start?
Slow it down.
When did you start feeling this way?
Jeez,
1982?
No. I would say, recently, about 7 months ago, somebody sent in an email, and Howard read it, that Robin is chiming in a lot. She's not chiming in. She's stepping on Howard a lot. And Howard read it, and I remember that week she really piped down a lot. And you know what? She was brilliant, and I loved her, and I still love her. But she's got to know her role. You can't have too much of everything. You're going to turn people off. Slow it down, Robin. Just slow it down a little. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart in a kind manner. Just take it easy.
So let me ask you a question. The 28 years or 28 or 29 years of chemistry that Howard and Robin have together, you're saying that she's veering off from that?
I think she's really good at what she does, but I think she's becoming so confident that she's Robin Stern. You're Robin Quivers. You're the sidekick. You're the co-pilot. Wait for the pilot to make the move, and then listen to him and know your role. Know your place. You know what I mean?
Hi, this is Fred Norris of the Howard Stern Show. Guess what? On the wrap-up show for Wednesday, we had a very exciting talk about Jesse James, the outlaw bike builder. We spoke about what a great guy he was. We spoke about how he was willing to build Howard a custom-made chopper, which could run up to $100,000 in cost. We talked about, this is almost as long as the wrap-up show. Why don't you should watch it instead?
Our in-studio guest today was the one, the only Jesse James. And did you know a lot about Jesse James coming into this, Gary?
Knew nothing about him.
Really?
In fact, I mean, here's what I knew about him. That he used to be married to Janine, that he had something to do with motorcycles. I wasn't sure what. And that he's married to Sandra Bullock. But my first hint that he was more than just a guest came when our very own program director, Tim, came in and said that was his hero. He said that, he goes, "You're my hero." And I didn't understand exactly what he meant. And now as everyone called in, I realized, like, if you're into motorcycles, he's the guy.
Well, it's not only that, Gary. That's when Tim encountered you. You didn't see Tim jumping and running down the hallway to get to see Jesse James. I mean, he was just, he had stars in his eyes.
Yeah, he said Tim told me he was nervous meeting Jesse James. And I was a bit of a dick. I felt really bad. He goes, "Jesse, I just got to tell you, you're my hero. You're unbelievable. I think the world of you." And I go, "That's so funny," because that's what he said to Arlen Specter last week. Because it's true. He likes Arlen Specter, too.
Now, does Jesse James come off as a badass at all?
No. I mean, I didn't know much about him, but he's got a really good vibe. He just seems like a good guy. He's like sort of, I read the notes on him, and I see he's been through some crazy shit, but, He doesn't look like he's going to kick your ass, except for all the tattoos going up and down both arms. But he seems like a sort of a gentle guy, and I don't know. I thought he came across as really nice.
And Tim wasn't the only one who was excited. Fred was happy about it, and I think Fred's going to drop by. But Robin was also very excited to meet Jesse James.
Is that the titties were out for him? Is that what the deal was?
That's the rumor that was going around. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Well, the truth is the titties were out. Whether for him or not, I don't know.
Right, that may not have been the reason. But had you seen him at all on Celebrity Apprentice?
No, in fact, I only heard a couple of clips. I heard one clip that JD had pulled for when Dennis Rodman was here, where Dennis Rodman went off on him. So, in fact, I thought I knew what he looked like, and I was completely wrong. I don't know why. I thought he was Ricky Rackman. You know what I mean? Like, that's the vision I had in my head. Jesse James, I don't know, all those West Coast guys that were married to porn stars. So I probably couldn't even pick him out of a lineup before today. But again, really nice guy.
I mean, he's a lot different on Celebrity Apprentice based on the way they put it together. And you got to hear, he spoke more here than he did in the entire season. And I thought he was pretty charming. Did you like him on the show today, Benji?
Yeah, I think he was very likable. It was funny. I like how pissed he got at Ralph, though. It was like he's such a nice, friendly guy, but like Ralph really got him. Like he looked like he was like ready to start punching someone.
Well, one, that's Ralph's expertise, as we all know, and two, you don't want to mess with this guy. And he talked about that a little bit. He doesn't want to put that out there because he's challenged a lot, because he's known to be a pretty tough customer.
Takes one swing at me, I'll have all that miscongeniality money.
And miscongeniality too.
Exactly.
Don't forget that. Now, before we get to Sandra, we got to talk about Janine. He didn't really talk a lot about their marriage, but you could tell it was a rough ride.
Yeah, he kept calling it his nuclear disaster, which is, you never want to have your relationship referred to that way. And I thought that the line really hit it on the head. Howard goes, "It must have been great. You're married to this porn star." And he goes, "Dude, everything isn't the way it looks when you see it," and that spoke volumes about it.
Yeah, if you missed it,
well, actually, I'm sorry. I don't know if you have the line.
Yeah, I think I have the line you're talking about. Here's I think this sums it up pretty much. Hit it, Ted.
Was it weird for you being married to a porn star for a while? Like, I mean, is it that like guys think that they can have their way with your wife, and
I think it she'd been retired for like 5 years,
right?
And so it wasn't really like on the tip of your tongue, it wasn't like she's a current huge star, it was like over in the past and she was changing. But then, I think it's harder for her to be in that kind of spotlight,
Would you recommend that a guy marry a porn star, or do you think that they have too many problems that it's just too much of a thing to overcome?
Just buy the DVD.
Just buy the DVD. Yeah,
don't even go there. Just buy the DVD.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better to beat off.
That was a line.
Yeah, that pretty much sums that up. And were you surprised when you learned that he was married? Not today, but in the past, when he was married to Sandra Bullock? That kind of came out of nowhere, and that relationship seems to have stuck for a little while.
You mean surprised that they ever got? I mean, at the beginning, again, I'm as guilty as anybody. You don't know anything about people, and you just see them in the tabloids, and you see this guy that used to be married to Janine, who's some biker dude. You see him and Sandra Bullock together, and you go, oh, it must be Sandra Bullock's like, sort of fling, her wild fling. Certainly they can't really like each other, but I don't know anything about him, and it turns out that they really love each other.
Yeah, even he said she figured he'd be a bigot, he'd be this and that, and they ended up doing pretty well together. And Howard found out a lot about how they carve up their finances as well.
I think Howard probably got more out of him than he's probably done in any interview. And he even said at one point, he goes, when Howard asked about the sex, he goes, dude, I'm going to stop. I've already said enough.
Now, he also gave advice about how you have to listen to girlfriends and your wife, and he's talked about going gardening, and that's the greatest idea I've ever heard.
Right, but he said it in such a sarcastic way, as if you have to be really not sincere and go, honey, gardening's great.
And he let's go to.
They don't have kids together though, right? He's got his own kid with Janine, but him and Sandra don't have kids together.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that it's easy to pretend to want to go gardening.
That's true. Paul in Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, Paul. How are you?
Great. Listen, I just wanted to tell you, I thought Jesse was really good today. You could tell it's like two different guys. I watched a little bit of that Apprentice, and it's like very uncomfortable there. And in the studio, he just seemed like he was at home, with you guys.
Yeah, he said, I got to tell you, he told me in the green room, and he said it when he first walked in, too. He said he was extremely nervous about coming on. He'd done 60 Minutes on all these other shows, but to him, Howard was like a different level, and he was very nervous about coming on.
Yeah, it just seemed like, he really hit it off with you guys. He was really happy to be there,
Yeah, good guy. Good guy.
Do you think people can appreciate a guy like Jesse James because of what he does. I think initially you hear, oh, he makes bikes, and he's a
so he just makes bikes. You know what I mean? Like again, I don't know much about motorcycles, and this much what I'm about to say I learned from Fred. And Fred will talk in a minute because he just showed up. But I didn't realize that to me a motorcycle is a motorcycle, and that there are guys who make motorcycles that's like a piece of art if you're into motorcycles.
It really is. I mean, it's one of the few things that you can buy. I mean, when he was talking, he said the most expensive motorcycle that he made was $300,000. When you think about a handcrafted, personalized motor vehicle for you, that's a bargain. I mean, if you can afford $300,000.
That was the other great part of the show this morning was when he offered Howard a bike, to make Howard a bike, and Howard said, first of all, listen, I could buy my own bike.
There are
Tim came to my office and started jumping up and down again and going, I can't believe he's not going to take the bike. Why won't he take the bike? He's got to take the bike.
Tim was very excited out there.
What he should do is he should get a Howard wig and go up to him and say, I was just kidding out there. I mean, I really want the bike. Now send it to Tim's address.
Now, Fred, you're an expert in this field. I
don't know about an expert, but
you're knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
How good is Jesse James at what he does?
He's definitely one of the top 5 bike builders that there are around. I mean, somebody brought up Indy and Larry today. Rest in peace. He was one of the greats too. And there are guys that are like that. And I really think it's like the last frontier in terms of like customized cars and bikes and things like that. People don't customize cars that much anymore because I think they all look the same and they all look like jelly beans. But at least with a motorcycle, it's like the last frontier. It's kind of like being a cowboy.
That Orange County Choppers, are those guys just an interesting show, or are they really good motorcycle makers?
You know what? The jury's out on them. The real aficionados of bike building, they poo-poo them. And I'm one of the few people that doesn't, because I think anybody that brings bikes into the collective consciousness of the United States and makes them more acceptable and makes them appealing to the masses, that was one of the things that Jesse was talking about this morning. When you're riding in traffic, people have no respect for motorcyclists. I mean, they barely have enough respect for other cars.
Well, I think
when you're on a motorcycle, you're very vulnerable.
I don't know why this pisses me off. I'm always very respectful. Like a motorcycle guy, if he's in front of me, I like to be very far behind because I always think if he falls, I don't want to run him over.
Right.
The thing that always pisses me off about a motorcycle guy is when he goes between cars.
I agree with that. And I think in New York State, I mean, there's certain places in the country where I think that's legal. I don't think in New York State that is legal, and I agree. I think it's a dangerous practice, and I think people should not do that because it freaks people out. Well,
also, a motorcycle guy, like on the highway, they always show up in your blind spot when they do that.
Well, that again, it's like that comes down to bad motorcycle riding. I mean, I used to ride a lot when I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. I rode a motorcycle before I ever drove a car, and I got a motorcycle again about maybe 10 years ago. I hadn't ridden in years. Maintained my license, hadn't ridden in years, and I, when I decided I was going to go back, I signed up for a motorcycle safety course, took a series of lessons, read a lot of books, and that's one of the reasons I feel fairly confident when I'm riding on the road, because they'll teach you where not to ride in the blind spot, what not to do, the stupid things that you can do to get yourselves in the trauma unit.
All this talk about safety, so that brings me to a question. You've known Howard longer than me. Mm-hmm. Is in your time with the show, was there ever any chance that Howard's getting on a motorcycle?
Not unless Bianca and Beth were like being held for ransom or something. There's no way that he would do it.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, Sal came by, and I don't know how it came up, but we got started talking about Robin again. And Sal at first was trying to explain himself, but then he broke down a little bit, and it led to a lot of good conversation, a lot of controversy, and Robin eventually coming in here to confront him on what's going on in Sal's mind. And I've been trying to figure that out for 3.5 years. But it was a good show, and watch for yourself.
Why are you so glum?
I'm not glum. Just waiting for my beating.
You seem glum.
I'm on standby.
Why do you say that every time? I'm waiting for my beating.
Because whenever I express myself on this godforsaken shithole, I get ripped apart the next day. No, I do. And you know what? I'm going to. Maybe this is a good
what
thing.
are we talking about here? Are we talking about the game, or are we talking about how you verbally attacked Robin?
Yeah, which godforsaken shithole are you referring to?
Okay, I know I attacked Robin. I didn't view it as an attack. I knew I attacked Robin. I didn't view it as an attack. It came off as an attack.
Well, how would you view it?
In other words,
you just said, I know I attacked.
Without being redundant, it was constructive criticism that she took personally. And I know a lot of people feel that way, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I offended Robin. That wasn't my intent.
But, you know, if somebody else gave criticism, it wouldn't be as bad. I always have to be the guy that stepped on in the
that's
end.
not true.
That's wrong.
That's just not true.
No, it is. It's true.
It is.
Because
Don't
I'm the only one. I'm the only one who gave Robin good advice, as far as I'm concerned.
No, you're the only one that gave her that advice, and you think it's good advice, and that's you can think that. But you don't.
You're not better than me, Gary, to tell me.
I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm saying you don't have the ability to recognize that you took a solid 10 minutes on the wrap-up show to talk about how Robin is literally single-handedly fucking up the show, and it's your opinion that she's fucking up the show, and we don't say a word, and we let you say whatever you want, and you don't have the ability to think that she might be offended by that.
Well, you interpret it as me saying she fucked up the show. I said I would prefer if she just slowed down a little bit. And that's what I really said.
Slow down. Know your place. Slow the fuck down.
And that's it. And then it just turns to this whole... So, you know what? I'm not going to express my opinions anymore on you guys. Because when I do, everybody gets into a tizzy. Everybody gets all upset. It's not worth it.
Actually, you probably get called on the carpet about 1 out of every 10 times you express your opinion, because you express your opinion a lot. But but seriously, when you were talking, did it not hit you in the head that Robin might not appreciate that?
I lost a little
were you surprised when Robin grabbed you in the hallway?
I lost a little sleep the night before.
Did she just?
It started hitting me like, oh boy, I wonder how she's going to interpret this. You know, I hope I didn't. I felt bad about it. I thought it was.
But why would you feel bad? It's just
I was a little harsh,
but it's an opinion. It wasn't an attack.
It was tough love.
Right, like when you said that Howard's tongue had Robin's feet mark on it, like was that?
It's got a Reebok mark.
Well,
Reebok mark.
Sometimes you have to paint the picture to get your point across, and I felt at that moment that was the case. And I have no ill will towards Robin. She told me to fuck off. God bless her. Whatever she wants.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what happened? She just grabbed you in the kitchen and said, fuck off?
She was in the kitchen.
Or did you say something to her first? Like, did you say, hey, I love you? Or
no, I didn't say, hey, I love you.
Hey, Robin, listen, about that you suck thing.
I said something like, hello, Robin. She's like, should I say hello back, or would I be talking too much? And
you go, really? What do you mean?
And I said, really? What do you mean? I really did. And she's like, and she goes, Sal. I'm like, Robin, you know as soon as I said that, and I do, and I said it on the show too. She goes, love you, schmuff. You don't start with that bullshit. You know, just because you have, and she really laced into me. She's like, just because you have problems at home and blah, 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 and you have the ability to stand up to your wife and you have issues with women, you think you could take it out on me. I'm like, no, it's not. That's not the case at all. I go, Robin, that's not the case. I go, I just want to let you know that in certain circumstances, I think you chime. And she's like, fuck off. And she turned around with her cup of celery juice that's going to go up her ass in the next 5 minutes. And I said, Robin, I go, let me. She goes, take another step. I'm throwing this in your face. And I'm like, whoa, you know. And that was it. And
you know what the greatest part is?
I feel, the thing is, I really feel bad. I don't like to have tension between people, especially your coworkers and your friends. I feel bad about it, but it bothers me. Like, I don't know, like I expressed how I felt, but it's not worth it.
I don't think you expressed it in a way that somebody would like. You thought it was constructive, but it really did come across as a bit of an attack. And my favorite part, by the way, is how you made a point of telling us that day, I'm not going to be one of those fucking assholes that says, I love you, Robin, but. And all you've ever said, starting every sentence, including when you saw her in there, was, I love you.
Yeah, that's true. But I said that I'm not going to be an asshole that says, I love you, but, because I really do love her. Like, I'm not going to be a liar. That's what I meant. Like, after, you know, on the show every day.
I'll take 500 shares of Logistics, please.
You need a decipher from, like, the Da Vinci Code to figure out what Sal means when he says shit.
When you get caught in a conversation with Sal, I do understand why he was so successful at selling stock. Because he really tells you. Like, sometimes I would walk out of there confused.
Well, that's because he says 3 different opinions that often contradict each other in one statement.
I said what I meant.
What?
And
Robin walks all over Howard?
That I care about Robin, but I felt lately she's been chiming in too much, and I meant that. I expressed it in maybe in a harsh way that she took offense to it, and I'm sorry that she took offense.
Can I just say,
I don't like I don't like the tension. I do like Robin, and I think she's great at what she
assuming your
does.
criticism comes from a sincere place, did it ever occur to you that maybe a 25-year broadcasting veteran didn't want to hear the opinion of a stockbroker?
More like a 30-year veteran. Robin's been on there for like 30 years.
A wise man learns from a fool. A fool learns from no one.
What? It's exactly what I said. If you guys can't
say that. Wait. A wise man learns from a fool, and a fool learns from no one.
So that means there's always something you can learn, whether God...
No, what it means is a fool has the inability to learn nothing, but a wise man should listen to the fool.
Yeah, you can learn from a fool's mistakes. You can learn from a fool and a fool's actions. But there's always advice to be given.
So who are you in the scenario? Who are you?
Unfortunately, I'm the fool because Robin has the experience, so I'm putting Robin on the pedestal here. But she can learn. So you can always learn something.
But I'm just saying it was unsolicited. Like if she had come to you as a friend
Richard Roper
and said,
have the right to tell somebody how to direct a film? No, but he could critique it. Yet he has no experience in that field.
By your
but I have experience. You're not a little bit, not as much as Robin.
Technically, you're not here to critique. Richard's hired to critique. That's
and that
a big
goes
difference.
back to my first statement. I'm done giving my opinion and critiquing.
Oh, put the $1,000 on the table right now. There's no way you're done.
As much as it pains me, I'm done.
You're not done.
Honesty is dead.
And you're the fool, and you've learned nothing based on your analogy?
No, a wise man learns from a fool. A fool learns from no one.
So who have you learned from?
I've learned to keep my mouth shut. I've learned from this fool myself, I guess.
Jack in Long Island, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah,
I think that's an Aesop fable or something. Look it up. It's on Google.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to talk to Sal about what's going on with him.
Oh, this is Ronnie Mund.
Who?
I could tell. I could smell the Metamucil coming off your skin.
Yeah, well, hey, dude.
Yeah, I can smell.
You know what,
yeah.
dude? You do this every time.
Take that diaper you have around your ass and wrap it around your mouth.
You do this every time. You cause trouble for yourself.
I do.
And then you cry like a baby.
I'm not crying one bit. I'm just learning my lesson.
Now you did it with Robin.
I didn't do anything with Robin.
Like a little baby.
Ronnie, I'm not being a baby here. I'm learning, Ronnie, that I shouldn't express myself because you get in trouble.
Baby, man, you don't quit.
Baby, just the opposite of a very, very old person.
Go lock yourself in your room, like I told you a long time ago. Go lock yourself in a room there.
Ronnie, I'm sorry, Ronnie, that you have to ride my coattails for attention, but your point is your point is just worthless. It's just stupid.
My point is so right.
No, it's not right. I expressed myself about Robin. Robin got upset. I'm upset that she's upset. It's not worth it.
Who are you to express yourself about Robin?
And who are you to tell me what I should and should not do?
Because you're hired here to be a writer.
And you're hired to be a Howard's driver, so shut the fuck up and drive.
I do.
What are you doing calling in on a show?
I'm waiting for him. I'm busy.
All right, so wait. Whoa. Settle down, everybody.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
Hold on, Sal,
asshole.
wait a second.
You're a stupid asshole.
Now, Jack, doesn't Sal have the right to express his opinion?
No, not. Why should he? Who is he?
I mean,
if
he's asked a question, he's simply answering it.
Nobody asked him to make it give opinion on Robin, whether she should talk more or talk less. Who is he? He's nobody.
Robin's here.
Hold off on the break. Robin's here.
Rob, can you come right here, Robin? So
I'm in the hall, and people just keep telling me stuff about Sal saying various things. Why is this still going on?
Well,
didn't you have your say? I heard it.
I felt bad.
No, he's not. He hasn't been degrading you. What he's saying
No. But he
doesn't.
said he was delivering a communication. I got it.
He doesn't. We were asking him how he could go off for 20 minutes and give his opinion. I put in quotation marks, and I said, "Did you not think that it might come back to bite you?" And he goes, "No, not really."
Well, when somebody said Sal didn't understand, I said he could stop there. He doesn't have to put anything after that sentence. Sal doesn't understand anything.
That's true.
Just say that. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I would egg you on, Robin, but right before you walked in, Sal's like pretty much on suicide watch right now.
No, I'm not.
Ronnie told me that Sal said he's losing sleep. I said, you shouldn't tell me that.
Yeah, because we feel bad.
So, Robin, did you take Sal's advice to heart?
Oh, shut up, John.
Do you really think I would take Sal's advice for anything?
No. But clearly, I mean, you yelled at him in the kitchen, so something must have bugged you one way or the other.
Sal isn't attacking me. Sal is attacking all women when he talks to me.
That's what she said in the
email. And that's what I don't mind an attack on me. Like I said, when he said Artie did something wrong, it was Artie did something wrong. When he says, something to me, it's like, know your place. Well, where would my place be?
This week in Arizona.
Howard's at the window. He sees Robin talking to Sal, and he's got this quizzical look on his face like, should I go in there? And then he just left.
He's like, so what would your advice to Sal be?
I don't have any advice for Sal, because if I try to give Sal advice, because quite frankly, when I was talking to him on the air, I was trying to explain to him what a Google search is, which I don't think he understands. And I got, know your place. Shut up, stop piping up over there. So I can't give Sal advice.
Robin brings up a good point. Like, when you fight with Artie, why don't you tell Artie to know his place?
Because Artie threw a CD at my eyeball.
Are you still angry at him, Robin?
I'm not angry at all. I didn't even know this was going on. And people are telling me. I said, but the worst thing to tell me is that I made you lose sleep, because I'll keep you up the rest of your life.
Kind of cool show happening today. Jimmy Kimmel, who I saw this weekend, by the way, we were hanging out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Jimmy and his cousin Sal.
He's dating his cousin Sal.
Yeah.
No, Sarah.
Well, I did have some alone time with Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I got to ask him about, Sarah Silverman.
Did he open up?
He opened up, but, when a guy opens up to you in private, this is the problem with me associating with people outside of the show. They kind of give you they preface their statements by saying, look, this is some stuff I'm going to talk to you about.
It's embargoed.
And all I'll tell you about that, I'm embargoed. But I'll ask him about it on the air, and we'll see how clean he comes. But
yeah, but you know what? Do you really care more about Jimmy than the show? Fuck him over. Really?
Well,
let's do it.
That's
anyway,
right.
I am a man of my word.
Are you ever going to get better information out of him?
Yeah. But I got to tell you something. This is how bad I am with people. This is another story of how bad I am. Jimmy began to open up to me about him and Sarah and, what was going on.
And was really open, huh?
And then afterwards, like, Beth says to me, well, what did Jimmy say? I said, I don't know.
You had no idea? You didn't even listen? You blanked out?
I think I listened, but I didn't understand what he was saying. It didn't make any sense to me.
I think the only reason you listen to me in those situations is because you're so fascinated how fucked up I am. Heroin is like something.
He's really fascinated about interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, but I think maybe it's boring to him now.
I listen to you because we're on the air together.
Oh, that's why.
I can.
So in a year and a half, I should stop calling.
If Jimmy talked to me on the air, I would understand everything.
Right.
And you'd question him. You don't even ask questions.
No, I meant even personally.
I did, Robin.
Even when I call you, you listen.
Yeah. But I even said to Jimmy, I said, I don't understand what you say. In other words, okay, you guys broke up and you're explaining it, but
you don't get it.
I still don't know. I don't even know that you really told me anything here. I don't understand. And then he started again to tell me stuff. And maybe he was just being guarded or whatever, but
I have I've had that experience where people are saying a lot of words, but I don't understand anything they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you.
They're usually foreign people.
I swear to you, I am as in the dark
as before.
And the only thing I know is what Jimmy has said publicly, that she broke up with him.
So basically, you are saying everything you know on the show, so that's good.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I could tell you everything he said, but it doesn't make any sense. So, he'll come in here, and whatever he's comfortable talking about, we'll
He probably isn't comfortable talking about any of it.
Probably not.
On the air.
No.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel's here, man. Old friend of the show. We got a lot of old friends here. We don't have no new friends. We got only old friends. What the fuck?
Kind of like you.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Come on in.
Jimmy.
Hey, what's
Morning.
happening?
How you doing, man?
Good, thanks. I thought you were going to come to my hotel room and wake me up there.
I wish.
At this thing.
So what brings you down to the show today?
What do you think brings me down to the show?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I have a lot of important things to talk about on the show. Gary's penis.
What you're talking about right now?
Yeah. No, I had a similar thing done to my penis, so. I feel like I can add a lot to the conversation.
You're going to share your experience with us
Yes,
today about that?
I'll help make men in their cars crouch over throughout the morning today.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel's here. Bring in Jimmy.
Jimmy, you gained weight.
No, that's Artie. There's Jimmy. Jimmy's actually lost weight.
Look at Jimmy.
Jimmy's thinner. Good to see you. Artie is actually Artie's thinner too. Hey, James.
Hello, Howard. I can't hear anything in my headphones, but my cans.
Host of Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Don't act like you haven't seen Howard. We heard you spent the weekend together.
Yeah, we made love.
I thought that was going to be our secret.
No, that wasn't a secret.
Oh.
It's just, you know what it is?
What?
When I hang out with Jimmy, I feel kind of like I disappoint him.
What?
Why?
Because when I'm not on the radio, I'm not a whole lot of fun, and I'm actually kind of quiet and not all that witty. And I think Jimmy kind of worships me a little bit.
Are you fishing for compliments?
No. Jimmy, I'm being serious. Jimmy
Welcome to the show, Jim.
Jimmy looks up to me.
That's true. That is true.
And so you expect that he expects something
Like, I had Jimmy's stories, like when he was in high school, he listened to me, or someone sent him a tape, and he wanted to go into radio. I don't know what the whole thing is, but... Then, like,
is this your way of saying you want Fred to play music and for me to go on?
No, it's him saying he wants Ralph to play music.
It's always awkward because I know, probably Jimmy's expecting this great guy to hang out with him, and I'm I'm really not a lot of fun, as Beth will tell you.
I disagree. We did have a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fun. I'm not. What do you think I'm expecting? I'm not expecting Robin Williams bouncing off the wall.
That would be annoying.
But I know, like, you like to sit and like Jimmy came out to see me, so it was like, then I feel obligated that we should be together.
Yeah, well, that is one of the things when you go visit
when
somebody.
You visit someone, they actually are supposed to be with you.
You should do the Great Gatsby. You should just never show up.
Well, after Jimmy left, I said to Beth, I said, Jimmy's a great guy. Everyone knows I love Jimmy. I think Jimmy's a really together great guy.
Together?
Yeah, he's got it
pretty
together.
Robin.
Yeah, he is pretty together.
Robin, you're sitting on a pot of coffee. How dare you judge?
Well, nobody said I was together.
I really like Jimmy. No one could be an easier house guest. I even like his cousin Sal.
He's an easy house guest?
I am.
Sal, yeah, because Sal is like that wall. He doesn't say anything. He stands
you
there.
just like a potted plant.
He was nervous. He's not usually like that.
But I said,
you give Sal a sports sticker. He's fine for
I said to Beth afterwards. I said, Jimmy coming out to the house makes me realize I don't think I want people coming out to the house. So she goes,
good, thanks, Jim.
This is positive. She said, why? She goes, no one could be easier than Jimmy. Like, Jimmy's so great. I said, that's right. And the fact of the matter is...
Everybody else is a pain in the butt?
No. I said, even I can't handle that because I couldn't even sleep when Jimmy was over because it was like... I'm like, oh, my God, Jimmy's probably awake, and he wants to
Let
get
me
together.
go down and see what he's doing.
So I'm up at 5 in the morning checking to see if Jimmy's
Well,
up.
who's up at 5 in the morning looking to get together with their...
I'm neurotic. I can't have people
He doesn't
over.
want Jimmy to be walking around while he's sleeping.
You know what you got to do, Jim, is you got to just... Howard knew I'd be asleep till 3 p.m.
And then at 9 a.m., I was going to have a chess lesson. I felt guilty. I said to Beth, is it okay that I'm having a chess lesson? Because what if, it was for an hour. So I was like, she goes, well, I guess so, but Jimmy's your guest, and he's here. And I go, but I want my chess lesson, too. You mean Jimmy can't hang out with his cousin and do stuff?
No, I'm fine. I don't like to get up early anyway. But in fact, I actually intentionally, I got up what I thought was early. I got up at I made sure to get up at 9:30, so around when your chess lesson was over, then, we could
hang out.
Yeah, we
You should have combined the two and had Jimmy give you a chess lesson.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say to your guests, you know what, I got a chess lesson at 9 or whatever, and do whatever you want, and I'll see you in the afternoon or something.
I'm just not good. I feel guilty.
Everything is very well scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're very well scheduled.
You know what's happening when you go there. It's almost on a list.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Jimmy went. Now I have someone I can call to ask how the house looks.
When you straighten yourself out, you might get up.
Well, yeah, they don't want, crazy drug people knocking at the door.
What, me and 3 cops aren't fun to have over your house?
But so I always feel like...
You don't want Artie making an escape.
And then the other weird aspect is, I'm hanging out with Jimmy, and... And, where Jimmy and I were having a private conversation. And I even said to Beth, I'm going to ask Jimmy about Sarah. Did you hear my rap about this morning?
No, I couldn't get my serious.
Dude, you and
in the
fucking
car.
Sarah went through weird shit. Howard told us on the air. What the fuck, man?
I would never do
Thank
that.
God you got out of there.
With a midget? A midget?
It wasn't a midget. He was just short.
No, I said, Jimmy and I were talking. I even said to Robin this morning, I said, I sat with Jimmy. We talked for a half hour, an hour privately about a bunch of things. But one of the things being what happened with Jimmy and Sarah. I need an explanation because I was close with Jimmy and Sarah as a couple. And I said to Robin, I have no idea what Jimmy's talking about.
He says, first of all, of course, it was not for the air, but in the same, he said he went to Beth and he couldn't tell her what you said.
Because immediately, after we had the conversation, Beth wanted to come down, but she saw we were talking privately.
Oh.
She said to me, okay, so what did Jimmy say about Sarah?
Right.
I said, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he said.
For Howard to listen to you, you have to work Howard into the conversation.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what I said either. I mean, I don't know.
It was the lamest, most
He
mysterious.
said he's not sure you know why you broke
When a chick asks me what their day, if I want to hear what their day was like, I'm like, only if I'm in it.
Yeah.
I wish it could have been more interesting, but
No, it wasn't that it wasn't interesting. I just didn't understand.
He said you were saying things, but he couldn't understand what you were saying.
I don't understand what I'm saying most of the time either. So.
But maybe it wasn't not that interesting. Maybe it wasn't interesting.
And then also it's awkward because Jimmy says to me, look, this is private. So I said, okay, well, so what does that mean?
I can't call the Inquirer?
Here's the problem is that I know you would like me to talk to you about these things mostly because you're curious about this stuff, but I know that
Mostly because he's a yenta.
it's hard for you to remember what is okay to talk about and what isn't okay to talk about. So
Right.
for your own protection, I feel like
that was smart.
Maybe you didn't tell him anything.
Well,
he didn't. I'm telling you.
I know I did. I told you
You did?
everything. I mean, I told you everything that was there. It's not that interesting. Sometimes
not. It was
people just
horribly
don't.
boring.
Something happens. I
Horribly
don't know what it
boring.
is.
It was terrible, actually.
It's unpleasant,
There was no
but
good stories.
there were
Nobody
no
had
events.
any great problems, like they
Was
are
the sex
harboring.
good? The sex was good, right?
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, for
you.
for me, yeah, it was. Yeah.
The sex was good.
You haven't checked with her.
I think I could safely assume it wasn't that great for her.
But the public thing was
your juice?
the public thing was that she broke up with you supposedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both times?
No, actually, I broke up the first time. She broke up the second time.
Ah, see, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
Who's going to break up the third time?
I don't think they're getting back together.
Is it over? Howard
we
said
have
he
the
could
rubber
get
match.
you. Howard said he could get
So,
you two back together
I can't.
if you just gave him a little time. Now you think you can't.
Well, he can't even listen to Jimmy talk about the problem.
He couldn't stay in the
No,
room.
I listened. I didn't understand it. I
You
didn't
know what?
want to
You should interrogate her. That should be what you do because maybe you'll get more. Because
But alone, like in a situation like that.
I'm not the kind of person that looks for reasons afterwards. It's if you don't like me, I don't like you, and that's
Well,
that.
then why did you break up with her?
Oh, I don't even know. I just felt just depressed and just felt like that was something that I felt like that was the reason why I was depressed, and then I became then even more depressed
After you broke up.
after we broke up. Yes.
You heard the music.
I know. What's the music? Fred, you kill it with the music.
He does. He does.
I could have. I was almost on the hook.
Yeah,
I almost started crying.
Wait, I missed it. What did you say?
I asked, so he broke up with Sarah the first time.
Yeah, so you're getting more out of him than I did.
Ugh, you needed me
I told
there.
you that.
I know. I did.
Well, now that Howard's listening because it's on the air.
No, I listened. I really did listen.
And he
I
said
can tell
he-
I could tell you everything he said
Wait a
because he
minute.
didn't say anything.
I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you what he just said.
Yeah.
So he was suffering a depression.
Right.
He decided it was the relationship that was depressing him.
He didn't tell me that.
He broke up, and then he got more depressed.
Do you
so
understand?
that's
You
why
missed
he,
it.
More or
You
less.
missed it.
Yeah.
More or less.
Do you understand how bad that sounds? Like men want to have the perfect woman, and in a sense, Sarah is beautiful. And she's funny,
Talented,
she's smart,
funny. Oh, my
great
God.
conversationalist, and we still get bored. This is what happens.
It's not even bored, really. But you're right, though. Yeah, it is. It's troubling because you think, oh, if I can't stay in a relationship with this person for a long time,
Right, that's-
Then
there
I
isn't
can't do
anyone.
it,
Yeah,
right.
And that's what starts to depress you.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's starting again right now.
Is it that you think the two of you are just not in love with each other anymore? Like the love left?
Well, they were in love at your wedding.
You guys were all over each other at the wedding.
Holy Christ, I had to make out with my shitty food.
I mean, you really were. And it was, so I guess at some point the two of you just realized, like, yeah, we like each other, but we're not in love with each other.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah. She decided that.
Oh, she decided.
That was funny at the wedding.
You're in love with her.
No, I'm not. I told you. Yes, but when it's over for me, it's over.
You close the door.
I close the door.
Right.
So because I put my penis through the keyhole.
Yeah, but you open the door.
If he opens the door, he'll be in love again.
You close the door, but you open the door again.
Let's put it this way. When the door's closed on me, the door is closed.
Yeah, but Jim,
I close the door.
Jim, for every door that closes, one opens.
You're right. You're right.
And the one you better open is the heroin door.
Are you on a tear now?
Oh, yeah, I'm on a real tear.
He's fucking all of Hollywood.
He's having sex with Cousin Sal.
Let me tell you what I did last night.
He's having homosexual incest.
I went to dinner with my friends Alex and Martha Wallow, who listen to the show, and had a huge steak, and then almost was pretending to make conversation outside the restaurant where I was almost certain I was going to shit my pants. And then I got in the cab and desperately tried not to shit my pants, and then thought it might be funnier for the show tomorrow if I did shit my pants.
Who cares about shitting in a cab? You've never done that?
You mean you had a big steak?
Yes,
and
immediately it became
went through you.
an angry ball of shit.
Jim, you're not a New Yorker. Sometimes you shit in a cab just to make it smell better.
And then you wanted to take a shit. And why didn't you do it at the restaurant? Or are you too embarrassed?
Oh no, not at the restaurant. Plus, everyone knows I come out sweating. I have to take off most of my clothes. So then I get upstairs, and I know this is going to happen because there's a nightmare happening. Is that my cousin Sal has the key to the room in his pocket, and there's no way he's just flipping the door open and letting me run right through.
Did you tell Sal you had a shit?
Oh, I told him I had to shit, and I realized that was a terrible mistake.
Wait a minute, you don't have your own room? You and Sal are in the same room?
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is getting worse.
Sal's on the show. They didn't get him.
Well, they didn't,
They didn't fly him here.
They tell you can bring somebody out with you,
Jim, that is fucked. What are you doing?
Well, the truth is I brought two people. I brought Jill Lederman, our producer, so she had a room, and then Sal and I stayed. We don't mind. We like staying in the same room.
Holy mackerel.
You really aren't in show business.
I guess not.
Really?
Jim, they used to get everybody at Mad TV their own room.
I'm not on Mad TV.
Yeah, well, actually, Nightline, they've got 4 people in a room there.
Martin Bashir has like 17 people living in a room with him.
Hey, would you? So did he get the key open in time and you took the shit?
He did, but there was some torment time where he held the key up and showed it to me and waved it to me, and I was like, "Open that fucking door! Will you open that fucking door?"
Or you're fired.
We're gonna shit all over you.
Don't make me shit in Jim Belushi's room again.
That's right.
Would you have Sarah on as a guest on your show?
Not right now. I don't think. Eventually, maybe.
Wow.
Really? Is that interesting?
Yeah, that is interesting. Not good enough.
We're just really booked up.
What are you talking about? Not good
No,
enough?
it's not good
because
enough.
she's doing every other show. She's busy.
There's no openings at your show?
You know what? We've got a lot of bookings right now. And no, I don't know. I just think it might be
awkward, but it'd be fun.
Might be more unpleasant than it would be worse.
Sarah, there's a very funny stripper I met who's doing a set.
Why would it be unpleasant?
Well, why do you think?
Because but she was, listen, when you were going out with her,
yeah,
she was on the show like every week.
Well, not that much.
I mean, a lot.
She was like your brother Theodore.
And now all of a sudden there's no presence of her like she was doing the.
Well, it's not like people like, where is she? I mean, she was on maybe twice a year. I mean, it wasn't like.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was more.
But she was on in the time that you two got back together.
Yes, she was.
Listen, I've been on 5 times, and twice when I was on, Sarah
was on.
Jimmy's going to hang out with us all morning. He's going to be here for a while. Ben Stiller is waiting in our green room.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so what we'll do...
What he's saying is a bigger star has now...
No, Jimmy's hanging out, being part of the show. He'll be here during the Ben Stiller
You
interview.
can sit there while Ben is...
If Ben Stiller's sitting here and Adam Sandler comes in, we'll have Sandler.
That's Jimmy's cousin, Sal.
Oh, this
hey,
is the guy you
everybody.
spent
Good guy.
the weekend with?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's a nice guy. I was a little worried about him, but he's a nice guy.
Sounds very quiet, yeah.
He's another Tom Cruise lover, this kid.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What's going on now? Do you have to leave?
I think I have to leave soon because I have to do Regis and Kelly.
You're doing Regis and Kelly.
Without Regis.
Sans Regis.
Yeah.
And Sal, you're going over there too?
I'm going to head over there, yeah.
Well, all right.
He can stay if you want.
I understand your cousin Sam's here.
So am I saying goodbye to you? I don't want to hold you here.
I think we have to
All right.
leave, unfortunately. Sadly.
Sal, good seeing you. It was nice spending time with you. Jimmy, I wish you continued success. I hope these upfronts, whatever they are, go well for you.
Now I feel weird about the next time. I feel weird about visiting you because I feel like...
You mean visiting him at home?
Yeah, because I feel like we always get the
me.
honest account, but then I feel like I'm making you uncomfortable when I'm at your house.
Not at all. I love being with you. We go away on vacation together. I mean, what's the matter with you?
Well, I don't, because you said then you feel like you have to entertain me. You don't have to entertain
Don't worry.
me.
I know.
I'm self-entertaining.
Believe me, and so am I.
Okay, good.
How dare you? Look, I don't know what's going on in your romantic life. I'm sorry
Is he dating? You didn't even find out for us.
I would never ask. I don't know
I'm
what
dating
he's doing.
Neil Patrick Harris.
You're not the type of guy that we're not going to open up the tabloids and see you're dating like every woman in Hollywood. Now that you're free of Sarah and you're a single
Definitely
guy.
not.
You're not. You're not going to womanize.
What are you going to do?
You know,
are
I'm
you
not
going
like
to
that.
a dating service? Are you? What are
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm on,
Millionaire matchmaker?
I'm on that Ashley Madison.
Well, he
You're
has
on
a
Ashley Madison. You only date married women.
Yes, I'm only fucking married women.
Well, Jimmy has a certain type. I think he's going to ask Elaine Boozler.
And so the dating will begin. The dating will commence as soon as you get over Sarah.
Theoretically, yes. I guess so. Yes.
Excellent. We can't wait for that. Who will it be? Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Well, who will the lucky lady
Will
be?
you be picking up women on the show? Will you do that? Move?
No, I don't think so. I can't imagine that will happen.
Who are your guests for the rest of the week when you get back to L.A.? We'll pick out one
Well,
for you.
Ben Stiller.
right, you
I
can't go out
really
with
don't
him.
know who the guests are, to be honest with you.
Do you fantasize that you'll be with another famous woman? I mean, Sarah was famous.
Was
certainly.
that fun?
I've decided never, ever to go out with another famous person.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Unless they're really, really good looking. What?
Kathleen Turner.
Why?
Yeah. Maybe another
Because-
hot Jewish comedian like a Whoopi
There's
Goldberg.
nothing I hate more than being the subject of. I don't like being the subject of speculation. I don't like people being interested in my life like that.
But aren't
So you got into the right business.
But aren't
Yeah,
people
I
going to
know.
always be interested in your life?
Not nearly. It's exponential when it's two famous people. Nobody cares about who other, like nobody cares about who Conan is dating. Right?
Well, because Conan's married.
Yeah, but nobody cared beforehand. Nobody cares that he's married.
I
either.
think they would. Well, you're saying because she's not in the business,
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
right.
Oh, I see. So when you're dating another famous
I'm gonna
person,
try to be more like Conan.
you're going to try and be like Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
That sounds like makes a lot of sense.
You better
to
get
me.
better writers.
But it is possible because you're in Hollywood and you meet the girls you meet are girls who come on your show who are in fact famous, and a lot of these. Actresses and stuff. I mean, it's hard to resist.
I say it's
You know
not
who I
hard for
see
them to
him with?
resist.
No.
I think you ought to fix him up with Renee Zellweger.
Oh,
yeah.
I could have fucked her on the set of The Bachelor. I
Would
let
you
her
like
off
to
the
fuck
hook.
Renee Zellweger?
No, I know she's that's.
Have you
I'm
met
not
her?
interested in that. I have met her.
You've had her on the show?
I think so.
Not attracted to Renee Zellweger?
It has nothing to do with it.
What would you never think about fucking her? You
No,
really
I
don't.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm not interested.
If I was single, I would fuck Renee Zellweger. I would.
You could get her at Bridget Jones' Diary.
I told you
do
I
you
don't want to go out
fantasize-
with anyone famous.
But wait a second. You don't fantasize like maybe a night with Carmen Electra or nothing like that?
That's not my thing.
What do you mean, not your thing?
Well, wait a minute. What about some supermodel?
Explain that to me. What do you mean you can't take Carmen Electra?
I need. I think there has to be some depth there for me.
Oh, so supermodels are all stupid?
So Sarah was so deep.
I'll put it this way: Sarah would never do this. Carmen Electra.
Look, I said Jimmy was deep.
Carmen Electra was once asked on a talk show, "What's the one thing she couldn't live without?" And after she thought for a minute, she said, "Food." So I don't think Sarah would ever do that.
That's a good answer.
But do you think that Sarah will date someone famous?
I don't know.
Does she
have no
need
idea.
that?
No, I don't think so.
She doesn't need that. So it'll be interesting to see what you end up doing. Sal, what do you think? Sal, you're married.
I'm married, yeah.
So, but
Jimmy
what do you
is,
think?
I wasn't supposed to say anything, but he's secretly dating a pizza chef, this guy Chris Bianco. I'm not even kidding. He flies him out. The guy stayed with him for like a week, and then there's another chef that comes in, Adam Perry Lang, and they cook, and that's his focus right now.
You love to cook, right? That's your thing.
I do, yeah. I love
You're
to
a
eat.
cook?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
By the way, fucking a pizza chef where I'm from is not
Rob,
gay.
you should try eating food. It's delicious.
I'm going to do that when I do that.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. All right. So, and also, will you and Sarah become friends in the future where she will be able to come on the show?
No, we will not.
You will not become friends.
I don't know.
It's going to be a major
I like that
showbiz
answer.
feud that lasts centuries.
I agree with you. You're not going to become friends.
Listen, I got enough friends.
Right. You will not go the route of Johnny Carson. and date some of the tea time players, or you will not.
Have the girls on your show. Hire
I don't
them
have
just
any
to date
tea time
them.
players.
You don't?
No, I don't. No, it's not my. You know me. It's not my
Look,
thing.
Howard, he was on the Man Show and never fucked one of the juggies.
Not only didn't
He was married.
Not only didn't I fuck any of them, I would hide in my room reading from them. I didn't want to be part of it.
Will Leno,
They don't want to read with you?
Let me before you leave, because I know you have to go. Will Leno's new show fail? I'm talking about this now. You're in the late night game. You spend a lot of time on your show, and I know you do a lot of hard work. And people should watch Jimmy's show. But will you take a look at Leno's new show? And you've probably given this some evaluation. You probably even have research on this. Don't you think, this is what I think, Leno made the biggest mistake of his career, not staying in late night television?
I think it would have been safer to go to ABC. Yeah, for him to go to ABC at 11:30. Yes.
But that would have been horrible for you. You wouldn't want him at 11:30.
Not necessarily, because it would be a better lead-in than Nightline, and perhaps there would have been other networks that were interested in me.
But you told me you would never follow Leno.
That's right. You said you were going to leave.
No, but I changed that eventually.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You thought it through.
Yeah.
You said, I'll go on at 12:30, Leno can go on at 11:30.
Yes.
You really would have gone ahead and done that? I don't believe you.
I honestly would have. Absolutely.
You would not have gone to another network? Let's say if...
I might. I mean, I would have considered
What if Fox needed a late night show?
I would have considered it, yes.
You would have?
Yes.
That would have been a good thing.
Yeah.
But now, Leno will die at 10 o'clock, won't he? It's the end. Do you ever envision a scenario where perhaps Leno could end up going back to the Tonight Show and they fire Conan? And then Conan, or whatever his name is, comes over to ABC.
I don't know. I don't know about all of those things, but I could envision any of those things individually happening.
Well,
yes.
how do you feel that Leno's going to do?
Give us your prediction.
I don't. You know what? I don't think it's going to be successful. I'll be honest with you, and I don't think it has anything to do with Jay. I think it has all to do with the local affiliates and their news, where they make all their money. And if the lead-in is not as strong, they're going to scream and yell and demand something, and it's going to be a mess.
This Leno move could be the end of all television, is what you're saying. Right? This could actually end television as we think
Let's
about
hope
it.
so. We should start Twittering more.
Will Jay take Stuttering John?
Yes, Jay will definitely take Stuttering John, and I believe that Jay has told Stuttering John, and Stuttering John just isn't saying because they want to keep it all a secret.
You think it's that big a deal?
Wow.
I mean, why
I
can't
think
John
they think it's that big a deal.
Really?
Do you think if Leno gets into real trouble, he'll divorce Mavis and date Sarah Silverman?
That would be a surprise.
She was lucky for you, maybe.
If Leno gets divorced, he'll try to steal Beth.
My prediction is Leno will do poorly. I believe it will not last long. I believe Conan might be moved out, but he will be tarnished. In other words, he will have failed.
You're saying Conan's not going to be successful?
I don't know, because if Jay isn't successful, Conan has to be more successful than Leno was.
And also now, if Jay doesn't do well, it hurts Conan's ratings.
Right.
Aha. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying everyone's fucked?
Yeah.
Jay's going to screw up everybody.
You're not fucked. You're in the perfect position.
You're so not fucked. You're not dating anybody.
Yeah, but I'm flying like Coach, you know what I mean?
You're shitting in front
What
of
is
Sal.
it, Ralph? Quickly, because Jimmy Kimmel has to leave here. He has a very active
This is never
life.
a good thing when Ralph calls, I know.
Well, Jimmy, I love you, but I don't understand.
That's great.
How come you're not out there getting laid and going crazy? And you know, like I know you're straight, and so like, why wouldn't you want to? Like, you want to have conversations or something, it sounds like?
Well, Ralph, I'm not that type, right? I mean, I think you would have gathered that about me by now.
You're not a pig. You're not a sex maniac.
It's not like you got to go in and just pick up some floozy and every night, but like...
Jimmy, you should be vomiting at Howard's house. You got to live it up.
I told Sal to vomit at your house.
Hey, Ralph, what bits has Jimmy ripped off from Howard lately?
I've been ripping off Jimmy lately.
There you go.
Have you seen Stuttering Sal?
All right, Ralph. Jimmy,
but really, I mean,
you think Jimmy should be banging the hottest chicks in Hollywood?
Ralph, give me a little time. I need to.
Yeah.
Maybe you need Ralph to help you with that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you,
in.
Ralph.
Jimmy's got a huge TV.
I do have the biggest TV in the world.
I haven't seen it. Tom Cruise and his mom out.
You're going to be...
Can you tell the story real quick of why, like, that thing that you did to Jeffrey Ross?
What?
You know what? I think we'll miss the Regis and Kelly show if we tell it, though.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I told you about the prank he pulled on Jeff Ross, Sal.
Oh, right. Yeah,
I told him he would say we get a heads up ahead of time who's going to be voted off. So I texted Jeffrey Ross
on Dancing with the Stars.
On Dancing with the Stars. Sorry, I said you're safe, and he said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm
but
sure."
But Jeffrey was really into it and in love with this girl, and
then on the air, he was pretending to be nervous the whole show, like he didn't know he was going to. And then on the air, you see him when he gets eliminated. He goes, We lost?
I had inside information. Oh, that's great. That's right, because you guys get tipped off who's going to be losing Dancing with the Stars.
Nobody thought we did.
Oh, he thought you did. I get it. All right. Thank you, Ralph. You're a fascinating phone call.
Sal was trying to kill the odds. You know, he was betting on Dancing with the Stars.
All right, listen, Jimmy, I'm not going to hold you any
Thank
longer.
you,
Jimmy Kimmel.
We had a beautiful weekend. Thank you very much.
I love you. It's always great seeing you. Yes, and anytime you're around, I want to be with you. And Sal, you too. You're always welcome. All right. The great Jimmy Kimmel and Sal, his cousin. Sal, what's your last name?
Do I have one? Icono.
You don't use that name?
No, I do. Yeah.
You switched it to Kimmel?
That's the way Opera Man says icon.
That's right. And so there it is.
You set the bar pretty high for Howard's house guest. You said you were such a good guest.
You know, I'm very. I was raised well. I clean up after myself. I keep quiet, and people seem to appreciate that. I think the great thing is Ralph really set the bar so low that
by puking everywhere.
Yeah, and I appreciate that he did that. I really do.
So you had a good time today?
Yeah, I had fun.
No, it was a little awkward talking about your past
I know this is terrible. I have
right?
to get the fuck out of here. I'm not kidding. I really. They got a live TV show I'm gonna miss.
I really am. Nah, I kind of am. I'm kind of done. I mean, I love it here, and I love doing the radio show and all that stuff. But I think after a year and a half more worth of shows, it's time for me to sing my swan song. You know, and some things are starting to bother me, and I don't want it to get ugly.
Oh.
You know what I mean? There are things around here that are bothering me.
I see.
And I'm not the type that complains to people, so I just let it brew inside of me, and then I just leave. But, I don't know. Stuff bothers me. Stuff bothers me all the time, but I don't know. It's enough already of me.
Well, David Hinckley just had to change his article.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know, it's like Jimmy said to me over the week. He says, "You got to stay. You know, it's so great. The show's never been better. Blah 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 blah. You guys work so well together." I said, "Yeah." I said, "We do." I said, "We're good at this, but how much longer can you keep doing this thing?"
Well, here's a rap that everybody gives me, and so I'll ask you now. You'll be fine doing nothing. Everyone says, "Can Howard?" You know, people go, "Howard, I know his personality. I listen to him. He's a personality. Can he stay home and do nothing?"
Well, he won't. Doesn't have to do nothing. You know.
No, there are things I could do. I could straighten the pillows. I have to have a meeting. I have meetings about everything. You know. I guess I am the. I am the leader of the show, so I meet about everything. My meeting today is with Gary, Laura, my assistant, and Tracy. Because something set me off. Carol Leifer, who was our guest the other week, sent me a box of chocolate. So, I get a list of things that were sent in. So now probably that's a week old or something, or I don't know how many days old.
It came in last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. So I got word today. So, I got to put a system in place where somebody back there goes, "Oh, Carol Leifer was a guest. She sent Howard a personal note and a gift. It should go right over to Howard."
Right.
In other words, we're not going to go through the usual system of putting. If someone's got to be
a week later, it'll show up at Howard's desk.
Somebody's got to be a little bit on top of that. so that I can get and then I want to figure out how I can get a note to Carol Leifer real quick, a personal note. You know, like maybe I dictate it to either Tracy or Laura, and they, I don't know if any of them, Laura takes dictation. I can just go, hey, Carol, thanks so much. You know, you were great. And then right away, it gets acknowledged that we got her box of chocolates. Because that's really nice of her to do.
Doesn't fall into the black hole of, wow, I wonder if my gift got there.
Yeah. So then so I called Laura last night. I said, how do we get this done? I said, let's have a conference call. Because if I don't conduct it, it'll never get done because no one takes it seriously.
Well, we would take that. See, we would take that seriously.
Yeah, but Gary, how many years we've been doing this? 20-something years.
Right, but we have
nobody can figure out that, like, when Carol Leifer sends something, that I should know about it pretty quickly. I mean, who wants a box of chocolates sitting around for a week anyway?
It wasn't a week, Howard. It hasn't been a week. You knew yesterday. It got here late Wednesday afternoon, and you knew yesterday. That is some time, but it's not a week.
I don't know. And then, like, it's sitting in your office, and like, who opens the mail? You?
No, Tracy opens the mail.
Right.
She logs
Tracy says you get the box of chocolates.
No, that's not true.
That's what she said.
Tracy opens up all the mail.
Yeah.
She logs it in. So it's, Carol Leifer sent this,
right.
And then everything comes through me just so I could see it because some things I put in your bag that day.
Right.
Some things I just need to know that you're getting, even if you don't take them. I need to know that somebody sent you a screener, whether you saw it or not.
Okay.
I need to know that a book came, so when they call, I can say, yeah, we saw the book.
See, I know I'm going to have a meeting today, and I'm never going to get to the bottom of this. I'm already zoning out.
Having the meeting, yeah.
I'm already zoning out. Like Gary,
we're in the meeting.
Like Gary's explaining it to me, and I just go, can't you just get this done?
It's like Jimmy talking about his breakup with Sarah.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's like I just go, I don't know how to get it done, but you get it done.
But you get a list every day. I guess you just didn't see it quick enough.
No, but we get the list. By the time the list gets to me, and the time I get to read it, it's 5 days old.
Howard, I'm your man. Let me open all the mail.
You have the meeting,
and I'll log it in.
Yeah.
No, what you're saying is certain things should get personal attention. Like they shouldn't go through the system. You should just be expedited to you that Carol Leifer sent.
Right, but you can't.
And then something should be triggered to say, Howard, you dictate this thank you note to Carol Leifer, and it'll be sent right out.
Right.
We have the address.
There's certain, when you get them, these things need to be taken care of right away.
Like I noticed Letterman's got a system in place. Whenever I do anything for Letterman, there's a note that comes. It's typed, and it's like from the desk of David Letterman, and it goes like, "Hey Howard, it was really good seeing you. Let's get together sometime." Blah 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 blah. David Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell, like, he must. I don't even know that he writes it because it's typed. I don't even know that it's his thoughts. It seems like it's someone else is doing it for him.
Right.
But that's cool. I want that system. But I know I'm going to get on the phone today and be aggravated that I even have to take time to come up with a system. Like, I shouldn't have to.
Would you believe me if I told you we will handle it? You wouldn't.
I would. What are you going to do? Let me hear it.
Well, listen, this is the first you brought it up that you want something that quick. Because usually
wouldn't it be cool, like, if I said to Carol Leifer, hey, that was really nice of you to send something. It was totally unnecessary, but, man, you're the greatest, and,
The hardest part of the system is deciding who fits the bill.
Right.
Like, in other words, if Mark Harris sends you something, does that fit the bill?
You answer the question. You answer your own question.
Probably not.
Okay.
But
so
I never know with you.
You think I'm talking about Mark Harris?
No, but I never know with you because sometimes you go.
You don't know the difference between Mark Harris and Carol Leifer?
I know the difference between them. But,
I don't.
But sometimes
yes, you do.
No, sometimes to you.
All right,
you're like,
name a name that you think you can't tell what to do. And then
Mark Harris must have been a bad example.
Right. If that's the example.
Beetlejuice send something, Gower.
I got to look at the schedule for the last couple of weeks.
All right.
No, that doesn't work. I was going to say D. Snyder.
All right. D. Snyder sends me something. What do you think is the answer?
You probably should know.
That's right.
Craig Gass.
What do you think?
You probably don't need to know.
Right.
You know already. You know. Now it's getting embarrassing.
Wait, this is an embarrassing game, isn't it?
Well, I didn't want to have the meeting off the air, but this is what happened.
This is getting embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
Craig Gass is on top of the Chrysler
Gass
building.
would send me something. It would be in the list, and then I could respond to it.
First of all, I know Craig Gass. He ain't sending you something.
You don't need to know immediately.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't need to know that day.
Well, he was just about to. Now he just put it down.
See?
Right. So, like Jimmy Kimmel, obviously, yes.
Right, and then I want someone to say to me, okay, do you have a note you want us to send Jimmy? And I'll just say, here's
all right, here's a better example. Lisa Lampanelli was here the other day.
Good.
And she handed you, while you were in here, she said, here's an autographed DVD and CD. I'd love, for you to watch. But it's in her mind, it's a gift.
Okay. What do you think the answer is on that one?
Probably not.
Right.
See, you already know.
You know the answer to this.
Yeah, but Robin, here's the point, and you know this because you've seen me for 25 years. I
You
know
knew.
till I don't know. And then when I don't know,
Right.
I'm the biggest
All
dick
right,
in the
but
world.
even if you get it 99% of the time right,
meaningless.
you're helping me.
Fucking
No, you're
meaningless.
helping me.
No, because 1% will be the first 3 hours of the show.
Right, that's Gary's
Come
got
on.
a point.
No, listen. Okay.
Be honest.
Lisa Lampanelli is a great girl, but she gives me a DVD. You know, I mean,
That didn't-
I'm
yeah,
talking
that's not
about.
out
Okay,
of
Lisa,
her.
if this is Lisa Renna.
Go ahead.
Sends you her book.
Go ahead.
Hey, Howard, it's with a note. Howard, you're great. I think she sent the note something like, I couldn't wait for you to have this book. I think you're going to love it.
Okay.
Is that a gift or a promotional item?
What's your answer? What do you think?
I think it's a promotional item, but she
Right.
sees it as a gift.
We know that. And you'll put that on the list. And if I want to write to Lisa Renna, I'll write to Lisa Renna.
Even though she sent you a personal note.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I'll read the personal note and I'll figure out what to
But does anybody in here understand that Howard might go, Gary, Lisa
Why
Renna
didn't
sent
you
me a
give me
fucking
that?
personal
But Gary,
note.
you got
Well, I'll
it
tell you
right.
when it'll happen. If Lisa Renna calls and says, "Did you ever get my book?"
Right, exactly.
You just got it 100% right. Every example you gave, you knew the answer to.
Yeah.
But Robin hit it
Yeah,
right
but
on the
he-
head.
Now, Gary, I'll give you an example.
But he also threw 95 great pitches out of 100.
Lisa Renna comes in here,
Yeah.
and she sends me a radio, an antique radio.
That's a yes.
Ah.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
I go. Fran Drescher used to come in all the time. And
Go
then
ahead.
after she came in, I'm going to send you a gift. And she would send you those fucking croutons.
The pasta and the croutons.
Right.
It's a gift. Howard, I am sending you croutons because you're a good guy.
Okay. What do you think?
I think no.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking
I'm
about.
sending you croutons.
Send me the croutons, so I'll talk about them on the. But okay, Fran Drescher comes in, and she's on the air talking about she just bought a Kindle, and she thinks it's the greatest thing. So then you get a personal note in the mail from Fran Drescher, and it says, "Howard, I love being on the show. I want you to try a Kindle. I went out and got you one."
That's a yes. That's a resounding yes. Here's
so
one.
There you go.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is a tough one, but
Go ahead.
Remember-
I bet you it's not tough.
okay. Remember the comedian Bobby Slayton? Used to
I
do a show
remember
with-
Bobby.
Bobby's wife owns a kids' clothing store.
Right.
Right. He sends you a box of clothes for your kids.
Go ahead.
So the answer.
What do you think?
Well, now it's tough.
Tell
because
me what you think.
The answer is it's a yes, gift wise, but does Bobby make the cut celebrity wise?
Now think about it. He's promoting his wife's clothing line.
But it's still a big
Do you think
box.
there's a real rush for me to get to Bobby Slayton on that one?
Yeah, but I'm sure your daughter's favorite designer is Norma Slayton.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Gary. What do you think? That can wait.
Teddy Slayton.
In other words, I'll get a note out to the guy, but you know.
All right, but that's a tough one because he is a celebrity and it was a box of clothes.
Right.
You know what?
That box of clothes is going to end up in a garbage.
Let me tell you something. There's two things
I'm
that
going
are
to give it
iffy.
to charity, which is 99% of what I do around
So
here.
I'm gauging the level of the celebrity and the quality of the gift.
The only one you got wrong so far is Carol Leifer's chocolates. That's it.
Which started this.
The real one.
There's two things. There's two things that are iffy: whether or not Bobby's a celebrity and whether or not those are clothes.
Right.
Gary, you missed one very important aspect. If Howard was single, you give him anything Lisa Renna said.
Right.
Right.
Tracy.
Oh, when I was single, it was terrible.
I know, I
Gary and I
can
had
imagine.
Gary and I had meetings about that. It was
that
so
was
embarrassing.
so uncomfortable, Howard. That was-
Really?
When I was single and there was a hot chick on the show and I wanted to go out with her, I would somehow say on the air, "Hey, yeah, you know, you should get me your number." And then
That's a good
Gary,
code.
Then Gary would walk in and I go, "Gary, did you get the number from her?" And he goes, "You wanted me to get the number?"
I missed the signal on one very important person.
Yeah, he missed a lot of signals.
And Howard goes, because I remember Howard goes, "You got the number?" And I go, "You were serious? Because what the fuck is wrong with you?"
But get the numbers. Like if Joe Girardi's steal sign was look steal.
I felt bad
Oh, yeah.
too. 'cause I
Artie,
didn't want to put-
you
I
go
didn't
in the
want-
green room and get a fucking number from
No,
somebody.
look, I listen. Teddy tried it for me a couple of times.
It's embarrassing.
But Howard, can I ask you
know
a question?
what? And the problem is, nobody's going to say no to giving you the number.
Well, first of all, they're giving me the number, so that's
Right.
already creepy.
Yeah.
But
they're giving
nobody's
you the
going to
number.
say no. You don't know whether they really, you don't know whether you're forcing these people to give you a number or not.
I was too busy or lazy to date, so it was a perfect dating opportunity.
Absolutely.
If I
you
could
took
just,
full advantage.
if I could do everything on the air, I was fine. It was like, wow, this is cool. I'm on the air. I met a nice, attractive girl. She said something about her phone number on the air after I badgered her.
I have a phone number.
Yeah, okay. Gary, did you get that?
I have a phone, Howard.
Do you own a phone, or are you a heroin addict whose mother took away their phone?
Gary,
Well,
are
you don't want my
listening?
number.
Right.
But Howard, let me ask you a question because I think the fans are interested in this.
Yes.
In that crazy time you said you had, sort of womanizing.
Yeah.
How many girls that were on this show did you bang?
I don't
That you
know.
met on the show?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Like maybe
under 5?
Yes.
All right.
Right, Gare?
I got 3 in my head right now. I'm telling you right now. And I got one in my head that you don't even know that I know.
Let's double that number then.
Right.
It's like a drink.
It's like a chick telling you her weight.
I don't think there was a lot, honestly.
Yeah, I'm talking about that he met for the first time on the show.
Well, there's one that jumps to mind for sure.
There were a couple I'm thinking of I was working, but I never even got around to.
Oh, yeah?
Either they just didn't like me that
Right.
way.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, maybe he might be right. But there are 3 that I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I'm not thinking that hard.
I wonder what 3 you're thinking of, because you should
Well,
write
you
them
know
down.
2 for sure.
Write them down and hand them to me. I'll give them to Howard.
Yeah, don't even write it.
You know
down.
what?
You know what?
It's
That's
too
water under the
comfortable for-
bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're married. You're getting
Why
married.
go back there?
Great
I'm
wife.
happy. I do have a great wife. It was great last
We
night.
love her.
We watched it. You do?
We do.
people generally
He's
like her,
acting
or
like
are they
he's in the
afraid?
marriage,
No,
too.
you know what?
Do you think there's anyone afraid to say they don't love her?
No. Here's the
Besides
deal.
Sal?
But he's acting like he's in the marriage too. We love her.
But in
Well,
a way,
he is in the marriage
Hold on, in
in
a
a
way,
way.
I am, and I'm going to tell you why, Robin.
Really?
I'll tell you why I'm in the marriage in a strange way.
He is.
I have a friend who worked for a big celebrity for a long period of time, and then that celebrity got divorced, and his life was miserable.
Okay.
Because that celebrity was miserable.
Okay.
And his life was miserable. So
Oh, I
if
see.
Howard were not happy,
You're
we would all be
miserable.
fucking unhappy. So the fact that he's happy, I'm in a great marriage.
So, Gary, Howard's pretty upset that it took so long for him to get the package, I guess, from Carol Leifer. And he wants to implement like a new system. Have you figured out what you're going to do exactly?
Yeah, Tracy and I spoke about it. The truth is there is a system in place. An email is sent to Laura every day telling her what came in the mail that day. So I guess it's my job to point it out more than Laura's job to point it out. But, I mean, he gets a list every day. He just doesn't look at it every day. So I guess they just want us to expedite it and say, hey, you should notice that Carol Leifer, but not Craig Gass, Jimmy Kimmel, but not Mark Harris, sent you an important package.
So you're saying that if he would have looked at it earlier, he would have seen it? It was definitely
Right,
on
if
the
he would
list?
have looked at it, he would have seen it, but he's saying, I don't get to look at it every day. He's saying, I'm telling you, I don't look at it every day, so give me a bigger heads up. It's more of a discussion. I don't think he was, he's not necessarily angry. It's just, sort of putting it all together. But it's done.
I'm Jesse James. I'm here to do the Howard Stern Show, and pretty excited. Been a Howard Stern fan since like the late '80s.
Oh, so you're a big fan?
Yeah.
Very good.
So, well, I was bodyguard and spent a lot of time in New York, and I think Rick Rubin turned me onto it. He had like cassette tapes of like when Howard, of the old show, when he got like booted off and like wore him out on tour buses listening to him. So it's
Nice,
pretty
man.
cool.
So this is a pretty big occasion for you then.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. It's actually, I usually just breeze through this stuff because most people that interview me are dipshits and like I just talk smack to them. But this one, I'm like, fuck.
All right, Jesse James also was on Celebrity Apprentice, used to be a real badass.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I've been reading about this guy,
Like
Jesse
how
James.
badass?
He was a real badass. Hey, Jesse, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, nice to meet you. Pleasure.
That's a badass?
He's a badass.
He's a badass.
Jesse James is a badass.
Yeah, you fuck with him, Robin.
Yeah, fuck with him and see how far you
Hi,
get.
Robin.
Yeah.
Hi there, how are you?
Robin wore extra cleavage for you.
Trying to steal you away.
Hey, can I tell you why I was laughing when I brought him in? Tim came to the green room. Tim never says hello to the gas. Tim came to the green room, and he just goes, dude, you're my idol. And he just started talking like how much he loves Jesse James and how Jesse's his idol.
Why is Jesse James Tim Sabian's idol? Like, I could see why.
As we were walking in, Tim was just like reeling off stuff, and he goes, that bike you made in Afghanistan?
Tim, what do you know about bikes? I mean,
he's a
Well, I've had bikes all my life as a kid,
I
Harleys
didn't know
and all that kind of thing. And
You
I
can see by him he's a biker.
You can tell.
yeah, right. I'm bad, But the
you
stuff
have
that he
socks
built
on with your loafers.
No,
Yeah, Jesse. He's a skinny, fruity executive.
exactly right. But he
Needs a
just
man
builds the
purse.
coolest bikes. I mean, if you saw his stuff, it's just absolutely amazing what you do. So it's an art. It's
he's one of your heroes.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
right.
one of the greatest bike builders ever.
You know,
ever,
Tim
in
was
car builders.
Tim was a Mongol. I don't know if you know that. Honorary Mongol.
Card carrying.
Card carrying.
Actually, I think Tim was in the Chingaling.
Jesse, nice to have you on the show. Now, how did you get to be? Where'd you grow up?
In California, Long Beach.
And were you a kid who was always into building cars and motorcycles? Were you just one of those kids who were just freaky into that stuff?
Yeah, my dad was like a antique dealer, and I never had any money, and I wanted cool stuff, and I had to learn how to get it myself or make it.
Wow.
But you were one of those kids that you didn't go to college or anything, right?
I went to college for 2 years and played football.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
But then weren't you a Hell's Angel for a while? You were part of the motorcycle club? You were never a Hell's Angel?
No, I was a bodyguard for like 7 years. Actually, I have to tell you right now, like, this is, to me, I feel like I've finally made it. If I could do your show, I've done like 60 Minutes and everything else, but just to be sitting here, it's like, whoa, man!
Oh, that's great.
On the Howard Stern show.
I love that. I actually met your wife, Sandra Bullock, on her movie set one time.
Yeah,
attractive woman.
Yeah,
Not a
she
bad
told me
deal.
she called you up one time and gave you some shit for a long time ago.
Did she?
Yeah, we talked to her on the phone once.
Yeah.
She called from the set, yeah.
Why'd she give me shit?
She's German.
And you were goofing on her, so she called from the set.
Right.
Oh, she gave it to me. She put me in my place.
Yeah.
Amazing how easily I cave
No, but
in.
I was a bodyguard and spent a lot of time. The first person I ever worked for was Rick Rubin, and he had these like cassette tapes of your show from like the 80s, and this was in the late 80s, and we used to have them on tour buses and listen to
that's
them.
cool.
And it was like, being from LA and California, radio's pretty generic, but hearing like this dude that got kicked off for
dirty words.
Yeah.
Did you so you go to college for 2 years, you play football, you get out of there, and you're trying to figure out how to make it as a young man, and you become a bodyguard. Is that the way it goes?
Well, I did security all through high school. I used to work at a racetrack called Ascot.
Right.
And then on the weekends, I worked at Golden Apple Comics up in Melrose, and I did security for Bill Leibowitz.
But then you get into guarding like some famous people. You were Madonna's bodyguard for a while.
Yeah,
right?
Rick Rubin offered me a job, not as a bodyguard, but doing special projects.
What's that mean?
That mean?
Collecting money.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
then,
right?
What was he doing?
Yeah, what was he up to?
Just producing, doing Deaf American Records, and then pretty soon they asked me to go on tour because promoters weren't paying and people were ripping them off. And then,
wow,
it was in the late '80s when violent metal started getting really big and kids were getting really hurt at shows, and so they kind of wanted me to come in and.
So that's how you made your living? You were the guy.
Yeah,
you were the collector.
And then I traveled all the way around the world, like in 5 years, about 10 times, and the whole time on the road, all I was doing was going to motorcycle shops and buying parts, and that was kind of what I did. When I was off the road, I'd work on my bike in my mom's garage, and I finally just got tired of it.
Did you ever have to beat the shit out of people when you're a bodyguard?
No, I'm a non-violent person.
No, come on. You're a violent guy, right?
Well, back in the late 80s, early 90s, you could still, duke it out, and it was like mutual combat. Nobody sued each other. So.
Did you ever have to go to jail or anything?
No.
Never. You had to think about it. That's funny. I do.
Yeah, what could you mistake for jail in that thought?
Yeah, right. Because you said on Celebrity Apprentice that one of the reasons you wanted to do it was because you wanted to apologize to figure skater Scott Hamilton because when you were a young man, you stole his car.
Yeah.
Right? So that was a big thing for you.
Well, they begged me to do the show, the producers and casting people for 2 years.
Right.
And, I'm never going to do that show. I'm too busy, and it's just not me. But they said, we have Scott Hamilton. And I said, okay, I'll do it.
Right, because you wanted to apologize to him.
Yeah, and I figured I would. I always felt bad because he's a little skater dude.
How did you come to steal Scott Hamilton's car? Was that your line of work for a while? Were you a car thief?
Well, I was kind of like a crab trying to get out of a barrel. When I was a kid, my parents let me fend for myself. And
how old were you when you were on your own?
I moved out when I was 15.
No kidding. Where was your dad and mom? What was their story?
They kind of split up when I was 5, and they're kind of that beatnik generation where, kids are a drag, and,
yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and so, honestly, I did a lot of stuff that I'm not really proud of.
How old were you when you stole Scott Hamilton's car?
I was 17.
Yeah.
You know, and that was, I only did it because I had parts off of it sold, and I was looking for one, and someone knew of one that was at Ice Capades in San Diego, and so.
Where do you move when you're 15? When your parents basically throw you out of the house, where do you move to? How do you make? At 15, I couldn't even wipe my ass.
I moved in with my girlfriend and her mom.
Oh, they let you in.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
And her mom was like, pretty amazing lady that like.
That's amazing.
She like, you know, was the first time that I ever had like someone tell me, you know, look, hey, you need to get your shit together. And you're going to live in my house. You're not going to screw around. And
you were allowed to live in your girlfriend's house. Were you allowed to sleep in the same room with her and bang her?
No, they had a guest house. They let me in, and she also had a boyfriend. The mom had a boyfriend that lived there. So
how cool is that? That some woman would take you in just because you're with. Probably, you know. I mean, that's unbelievable.
But how do you get into the house? Because you know he's banging the girlfriend in the.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the mom's got it. You were banging your girlfriend.
It was high school. I was 15. You know.
You were banging your girlfriend at that time, right? So she'd sneak into the guest house.
No,
that would never go.
Nothing like that.
You were very. Listen, you didn't want to jeopardize the one place you could live.
Yeah, and it was. You know, one of those situations. If you look at it on the outside, it's like, wow, yeah, you're so lucky. But her mom was actually no BS and kind of like.
But they had a guest house. I mean, that's a wealthy
nice,
chick.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, it was not even. It was like a little house on their garage. You know, a little one bedroom that was like 10 feet wide. And
Have you always been great with women? I mean, you were voted the 50 sexiest men in America. I know you were married to the beautiful, stunning, who I wish I could have had sex with, Janine Lindemuller for a while, the famous porn star. Did you get attracted to her from our show since you were a fan? I mean, had you heard her on our show?
No, I never really. You know, I met her through a friend and didn't really. You know, I never really saw her on this show, you know.
I see. Because to me, she's one of the sexiest broads on the planet. I mean, I know you're divorced now and you're married to Sandra Bullock.
But beautiful, right?
But fucking beautiful girl, and must have been a monster in bed. And I know she's into chicks, so she was probably bringing you chicks, right?
Sometimes things aren't what they seem.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna like ruin the fantasy?
No, I won't ruin the fantasy.
Is that right? It wasn't. In other words, the fantasy I have of Janine is not only, well, she's beautiful, no question. But the fantasy I always had was, okay, she's into girls. I know she brings girls home, and I figured you were having the time of your life. Like, I would have sat there and said, oh, my God, if I could be him, if I could just, be married to Janine, it'd be unbelievable the fun I'd be having.
Yeah, but then, like, real life and reality kicks in. And, you know, I think it's
not as sexual, you're saying, as you think it would be?
I look at the situation now. I think I got in that relationship. You know, I was married for 10 years.
Right.
And got out of that, and that was the first like serious relationship I got into after being married for 10 years. And I think I more got into that relationship for everybody else.
Because
so guys like you would think I was cool.
So exactly, that's true. That can happen. You're like, hey, I'm
check
just,
this out.
You almost
everybody expects me to be having this life.
And you know,
even though you think something is wrong with the relationship, you go, it can't be anything wrong because everyone's jealous of me.
Everything's really, really great and awesome and amazing while things are good.
Right.
But when it starts to spiral out of control, so much so that like I feel like I'm losing it and going crazy, then you know it was. I think my basic synopsis of the situation, was amazing. I fell head over heels for this amazing, beautiful woman.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it started going bad and ended like nuclear warfare. And and at the end of the day, we have this amazing daughter.
But what could have gone so bad?
You know what? I don't really want to say anything bad about her. She's in jail.
I know. Well, did you hear when she called in? She called our show.
You know, and hey, if she's right here, by all means, I'll talk right to her face.
Right.
But,
yeah, it was pretty bitter. Like, she didn't say anything bad about you. She was grateful that you're going to watch her, your daughter together, that you had together. So she's pretty thrilled about that because Janine's in jail for tax evasion.
Yeah.
Did you get caught up in that at all? I mean, that whole tax evasion thing?
A little bit. You know,
you must have been thrilled with that.
Well, yeah, it's good when the IRS gets pointed in your direction for no reason.
Yeah, it's great. Huh?
Yeah, you know what? But the whole situation, it's like, hopefully, I hope when she goes through all this stuff, and she's pretty much hit rock bottom, that she I know there's a really great person and mom in there somewhere. It's just got to come out.
Yeah, it's weird though. Was it weird for you being married to a porn star for a while? Like, I mean, is it that like guys think that they can have their way with your wife, and
I think it she'd been retired for like 5 years,
right?
And so it wasn't really like on the tip of your tongue. It wasn't like she's a current huge star. You know, it was like over in the past, and she was changing. But then, you know, I think it's harder for her to be in that kind of spotlight. You know.
Would you recommend that a guy marry a porn star, or do you think that they have too many problems that it's just too much of a thing to overcome?
Just buy the DVD.
Just buy the DVD. Yeah,
Don't even go there. Just buy the DVD. Okay.
It's better to beat off.
Yeah.
Was it hard for your current wife, Sandra, to get over the fact that you were married to a porn star? Did that almost destroy your new relationship in the sense that she couldn't take you seriously because you had been married to a porn star?
Well, I've been 100% honest with her and upfront about everything. Like right from the get-go, where like some of the things I had to tell her at the beginning of our relationship.
Right.
Like, hey, I was with a porn star. Hey, we're having a kid.
Right.
And all this stuff. And like several points, I expected her just to turn around and run.
Yeah, because that's right. Your wife, your porn star wife, was pregnant when you met Sandra, right? And it was like your marriage was ending. So that's a tough situation. Taking up with a guy who's just ending a marriage.
We were already apart like 7 months before that. And you know, finding out like when she was like 6 months pregnant, you know, it's like, guess what? And I'm like, bullshit, you know, like.
But that could almost destroy a relationship, especially with Sandra Bullock.
It's been really hard, but it's a testament to what an amazing woman Sandy is, you know.
Well, how do you meet Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, that's cool, because I tell you something. I met Sandra Bullock for 2 seconds this is before you, and I was thinking maybe if she comes on to me, you know, that'd be a pretty good hookup.
Sure.
I mean, wow.
She's she's married to me, so it's got to give guys like you hope, because I'm just a knucklehead like you.
Yeah, I'm probably a bigger knucklehead than you. You at least can build a motorcycle. What do I do?
But how do you meet her?
Yeah,
I mean, how do you and what happens? How do you get to date Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, that's good. Tell the guys in my audience so they can meet like a Sandra Bullock.
So went through nuclear warfare.
In your marriage.
And like swore that, okay, I'm just going to be this 50-year-old single guy.
Right.
You know, I'm done. 2 marriages, I'm done. I'm not getting married a 3rd time.
Yeah, after 2 marriages, you start to say it's not working.
You know, and I was like, that's it. You know, and a couple months had passed, and she contacted my office and wanted to bring her godson for a tour of the shop, because he was a big fan of Monster Garage and West Coast Choppers and stuff like that. And I kind of, okay, cool, whatever. You know, I kind of automatically figured she's probably a bitch. You know, fancy Hollywood chick, and like, and she brought him, and I talked to her for like 5 minutes, and it was like, you know, never in a million years would she be any kind of I mean, she's amazing and beautiful, but I would never like go for that type of girl. I've always, you know, kind of
wilder chicks.
Blondes with big boobs.
Right, yeah.
You know, I'll take that one.
Yeah,
you know, I've never put any thought to any woman I've been with other than superficial